Tips Clips. Kips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry!
Kips clip.
I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on...
Kips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double barrel bullcrap, the double speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Kips clips. Alright, YouTube. God, we've heard enough reaction. Alright, YouTube, another one of Kips Clips. Welcome to this week's, the first of 2020. I mean, what a year. What a year, man. It literally is idiocracy, so strap yourself in and enjoy it. Or get upset, I don't know. Your choice. Sink or swim. Your choice. But anyway, welcome to 2020. And this year's first not pardon me. Not the Infowars Nightly News. Although Infowars doesn't even do the nightly news anymore, but it's the only Infowars stroke nightly news that's allowed on the YouTubes officially. So welcome one and all. Thanks for joining. Let's see, the mic should be working. So remember, not the Infowars Nightly News, is the OG, the Mac Daddy, the original baby, alternative look at the so-called alternative media. Skeptical with his spectacles about the so-called skeptics and watching the motherfucking Watchmen, no matter who they pretend to be, whether they're social worker, justice warriors, who are all slowly going to lose their jobs, or you're just a random dude or dudette that's been caught up in the Infowar. Anyway, welcome one and all, and remember, if you do appreciate this show, make sure you thumbs it up, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your foes, help the channel and the show grow. I rely on you guys and girls at home. The YouTube algorithms don't like me because I'm deep state Illuminati or something like that, but don't like me. So I rely on you guys and girls at home. And remember what I'm doing here, it's digital basking. It is all available and accessible free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job that you'll find value in what I do and use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. And thank you very much. Also as well, look at the ticker tape down below, and I should do a poll. It'd be good to be able to do a live poll because I know the answer, right? But it'd be interesting to see. But there's deep state Illuminati elements, and that's all I can describe them as, deep state Illuminati, because we all know the deep state Illuminati are trying to stop me telling the truth. The deep state Illuminati are so offended by, like, saying, people who like bully and harass, who knows if they're innocent or guilty? Who knows? They've not went through a court of law, but they've went through their court, because they're Judge Dreads. But all those people who are out there doing that, they now seem to have like sort of a, makes their arsehole twitch when you start saying their name and number. It's not big and it's not clever, but this is the way my retarded logic works. Don't do anything online that you can't that you won't own up to in the real world. I think that's a motto for everybody moving forward, because everybody's an extra little bit of an idiot online than they are in the real world, and anyway, so just wanted to point out, I might even share the emails later on if I can be arsed, but welcome to the first of the year, of this year of fucking calamities, not the Infowars Nightly News, and the emphasis is on the not, and the Infowars Nightly News doesn't exist anymore. I think, I'm not even joking, I only found this out 6 months ago. In fact, I'm lying. I found this out when I watched Paul Joseph Watson's Sexy Positions. Is that what it's called? He done some sexy positions for a lawyer. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called when you when you expose yourself to a lawyer to interrogation. So I think he done some sexy pics for a lawyer. But whatever Paul Joseph Watson done, I did share the links. And he done some sexy pics. Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. But anyway, he done some pics spreading his butt cheeks. And that guy reminded me of that. Believe it or not. But anyway, the crazy, wicked world in which we stay. So, listen, the ticker tape down below has some details to contact me, if you want to contact me with any of that stuff. And down below this clip has ways of contacting me if you want to get involved in the show through Skype. I don't know, phone up and issue some death threats and shit like that, you know, always good for the crack. But I'm just making sure this phone's actually switched on this time, because I think I was, you know, it's just so popular. But the option is there for anybody who wants to get involved. Now, I would be lying if I said I set up all organised and stuff. So if it sounds like I'm droning pish, it's because I am. I don't really admit that, right? But I'm trying to jiggle the handles. Try to jiggle the handles while I set this show up. Because as always, what I'm going to do is give you a rundown of what's on the show tonight, people in the chat room, and then we'll get on with the bull crap. But it's interesting times, man, and I don't know, I typically my point of view doesn't please very many people, and it's not because I like to poke people with a stick, it's just have my own point of view, man. And as I said, unfortunately, I'm a selfish bastard. I'm Nero as Rome burns, you know. And if you don't know, Google it. So in the evening, one and all in the chat room, thanks for joining, everybody. Also going to try and shout out, make a commitment. Dib. I know that shit. I'm going to promise, try and my hardest, my bestest, to turn up every Tuesday in 2020. Because I heard what I was going to say Keith Lemon there. It's not Keith Lemon. Who's the guy for CNN? And the black dude whose name sounds like Keith Lemon. Anyway, the Keith Lemon sound alike for CNN. He's going to push harder this year. And I was thinking, hi man. Well, wrong vocation. Not an honourable vocation. Shilling for CNN, you know what I mean? But you must believe, like, you know, like you to get the best warriors, man, you need to get the warriors believing in the fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't have half-starved people that understand the scam behind the fight. It's only the people at the top behind the scam understand the scam behind the fight, but their soldiers have to believe in the fight. Because if they don't, no morale, boom, our side wins. Easy peasy. But we'll go into that later on. Because World War... Fuck. I remember 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 years ago, harping on about World War 3, just all the war rhetoric coming out from all angles, and I'm like, look, freakont's fucking egging for a fight here. And this was pre Iran P5+1 deal, and then the obliteration of that by Trump, and now what we're witnessing. And it's like, I don't know why people are saying, oh, I'm so shocked, I'm so surprised. It's like, you kidding me on? Anyway, I'd be interested in the feedback or the audio I was advised to lose the sleeve. I think it's just a fucking kinky audio guy, to be honest, that just wanted me to take the condom off. But it could be genuine audio technology information. So let me know. I never knew the big fluffy thing was a fucking pop guard. But I've learned. Apparently the big fluffy thing was a pop guard. And apparently one should be enough for this situation. 2 is overkill. And interfering with the... Oh, was it treble and the bass? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Make myself sound intelligent. But anyway, in the evening, welcome. Enough about the sound quality. But answers on a postcard about the sound quality. In the evening, welcome to this year's first Not the Infowars Nightly News. I think it's been going 4 years now. Do you think there'll be a fault? Oh, no, there's Grit Cheatub. I know that name. So, do you think there'll be a false flag conspiracy soon? Mate, there's always a false flag conspiracy. That's the beauty of this shite. All you do is need to ask Alex Jones. I had a shit this morning, right? And I'll be honest, I looked back. I know you shouldn't, but I did. I know most people do. They don't admit it, but I looked back and my jobby was 2 colours. Conspiracy. Right? How the fuck one jobby become 2 colours? It was like internet. It was like, oh. Anyway. But but that was definitely a false flag. False flag. And right, I think that's enough of introduction. World War 3. Now, I'll go into it later on and stuff, right? But I would urge people. I would point to the memes of my back catalogue, and the memes are powerful, especially if they've a powerful meme. See through the fear porn, right? It's a very powerful meme, just like the Truth Industrial Complex. Very powerful meme. It paints a picture. It hits home to a lot of people with what's happening right now, so on and so forth. But it's best trying to understand what's actually, well, I don't know. Do what you like, but right now, the thing that I want to try and communicate with people is, although on the surface shit might look like it's going crazy, don't get dragged in with the fear porn. Don't get dragged in with the doom and the gloom and fucking old men and women sitting round their cauldrons just talking about how shitty things are. Things are always shite, but we've never had it so good. There's a particular song that springs to mind right now, and that would be Ian Brown and First World Problems. And you can get the essence of that just with the First World Problems, you know. Our First World Problems. Oh my god! Like I don't know. I know my problems are First World Problems. I mean, I might be starving, but a food bank can solve that. Right? So, I mean, get in perspective, man. I think, and don't let the fear and doom and gloom control you politically one way or the other. You know, I'm certainly not saying these things aren't things that should be addressed or like thought about or like even observed, but try and get a bit of context in the sense that, yeah, it might get painted that it's the worst times ever, but it's not. It's just painted that way to get you into that stage of dread and whatnot, so I believe so. But anywho's, Aaron Mason, can I send you a vid to have a look at? Aaron, the link's below, my man. Send me Preferably on the YouTubes and all that, you know. Like, don't send me any dodgy websites that, because I won't click on those links, believe it or not. But you can send me links to reputable websites, no problem. But anyway, to summarise what I kind of what I'm trying to hit home at is right now is like see through the fear porn. Like the numerous shows are done trying to emphasise, just see through the fear, and it's getting projected into your head through the mainstream and the alternative media, and it's fear of everything. Because when you're in a fearful state, you're more easily controllable. I know it sounds conspiratorial and stuff like that, but it's a genuine, it's a genuine fact. Right, and I would point to advertising of products, to the advertising of political ideologies, slants, leans, so on and so forth. It's one of the same. It's just PR companies, people trying to propagate messages, memes are messages, messages are memes. It's advertising, and I mean, I'm certainly not advocating ignoring this shit, but try not get caught up in the fear of it. Because if you get caught up in the fear of it, you will find yourself in a fearful state and like cowering in the corner, going like, "Rah, save me for the Muslims," or like fucking, what's Antifa's fucking motto? Save me for the capitalists or whatever their shit is. Right, whatever form of retardation the polarised political radicals of all wings have took. And fuck the radical left, fuck the radical right. They're in the minority, but they're so fucking antsy. They're like the fucking curtain twitchers. They're the curtain twitchers of the fucking world. Every cunt's just trying to fucking chill the fuck out and get on with shit. And the radical right and the radical left are fucking just itching for a fucking fight. Because they're a bunch of fucking twats that preach tolerance but can't accept it. You know? Left is as bad as the right. Fucking... I remember, right, just my demeanour, man. I'm Scottish. You're always fucking, you're always fighting for the underdog, you know? Scottish people always, I don't know, typically a Scottish... Anyway, can't talk about stereotypes, man, it's bad, but the Scottish stereotype would be like backing the underdog, you know, till they win and then we hate them. But always back the underdog, and I've found myself back in the past at anti-fascist demos, right? And then I've heard the anti-fascists shouting and screaming, ban these people. Now, granted, it was the fucking, what was it, Scottish Defence League or something? Right, so I turned up at a protest against the Scottish Defence League, and I didn't feel comfortable with the chants coming for the mob shouting against the Scottish Defence League. It was like, you sound a bit fucking fascist. And this was like fucking... Fuck, this was back in the day I kept fucking faker shit. Anyway. Let me organise my shit. And then see if we can get on with it. What's that? Who's doing that? There you go again with your new world problems. Don't worry, man. I'm only talking shit because I've got a little content. I've got lots of stuff prior to this year, but this is meant to be a New Year special, so time-wise, I'll see how I get on. But I think I've got enough. No, there we go. Should be a bit better. So in the evening, one and all, hope these are all good. after my wee bullcratting rant, I'll say hi to the chat room and then a breakdown of a few things that I've got to go into in the new year. As well as my dib Scouts promise that I'll try my hardest every Tuesday to turn up. You know, I'm going to do my best, but I'll be honest. When it's no fun, don't do it. I advise that to a lot of people in a lot of walk of lives. You know, life is too short. You know, like, see, if something ain't fun, it's like the feedback of the universe trying to tell you something, you know? But in the same token, for me personally with this shite, taking a break and coming back to it makes it all the more, makes it all that big bit funner. Does that make sense? Big bit funner? Hopefully it does. Anyway, in the evening, one and all, I'm going to say hi to the folks in the chat room. Then give a rundown of the short content list I've got tonight. Which is, I would say is short for obvious reasons, but it's because over Christmas and New Year, I ain't been paying attention sorry, that's not true. I've not been paying as much attention to the political merry-go-round. And I've got a ever evolving sort of a conspiracy theory on the news cycle. The thing that I would argue makes people uncomfortable about my theories is, and hey, maybe it's just a sign of like absolute crazy paranoia, who knows. Like, I believe that the alternative media is controlled. This is one big setup. Is the media that they proclaim to be telling the truth from, if that makes sense. But that's just my craziness. So, Stewie, why is my hair so shiny? It's oh God, man, I could go into some like fucking. It's I use Timothy, not Vosies. Nah, nobody will get that joke. Nobody will get that joke at all. It's cause I'm not a balding junkie. It's cause I'm on the right side, say like clockwise, you know, like the fucking 5 minutes to midnight and shit. I'm relatively on the fucking, I'm on the right side of fucking living. Because it was that Stewie 628, that isn't this normal Stewie, I don't think, right? But anyway. Hold on, this will be fun actually. It could be fun, couldn't it? This is what everybody tunes in for, I'm sure. Probably. What time's it? 8:30? Easy peasy. Right, looks shiny on my phone. Mate, that's because my, like, I'll tell you what, right? Email and phone number below. And if you want my secrets about my hair care and how I make myself look so damn sexy, Stewie, feel free to contact me on our own time. It's only £40 an hour. £40 an hour. £40 an hour consultation, and within a week, you could have hair as sexy as me. So, let's sort it out, man. I think that's a bargain. I mean, like, 40 quid for fucking sexy hair like this. That is a bargain. People pay that for a fucking haircut. Well, women. Or men in desperate need for a good haircut. You ever seen how, like, Anonymous has mousse in it? I just want to shit that's annoying people down below. Cheap at half the price. And oh my god, what the fuck. It's fucking cheap at half the price. Right, anyway, I'm going to say hi to the folks in the chat and then get on with the bill crap. Enough padding. Enough padding with the wagon. Right, so, Stewie, Bright, AA, how you doing? Aaron Mason, how you doing, guys and girls? Who cares? Grit, how you doing, Grit? Stewie, in the evening, Stewie. Oh my god, what the fuck? Gas Mask, how you doing? Look, remember, because I get so many pearls of wisdom through the comments and all that by regular viewers and all that jazz. And it very much encourages to use getting contact facilities. I mean, you can use Skype without putting your face on it. It's just your voice. Because I'll tell you what, some of these type a good game. It's like, I'm not having a go, by the way. I'm just saying, in seriousness, some of these type of good game, it's like, I hear comments, I'm like, that guy's a genius, man. And I'm like, why doesn't he, like fucking Skype in him or her? Because women are capable of being geniuses at time. Sexy, all the time. Geniuses at time. But, and I'm thinking, why don't they touch base? I was going to do some rhyming there, but it would come out all racist. Touch base. And I'm not being racist to save some face. So, I mean, the tools are there. I know people. Do you know what? In fact, it was last night speaking to Alan on the live hangout, and I've done this crap so long that I'm very quick to forget that when your average Joe knows they're live on fucking YouTube or whatever, regardless if there's 1 or 21 people watching, just that wee bit of dry mouth nervousness, you know, kinda kicks in. You know, it was last night that kinda reminded me of that. It just doesn't happen to me anymore. Good or bad thing, who the fuck knows, but it just doesn't happen to me anymore. But it was just last night, in a sense, like, I speak to Alan quite regularly on the fucking Skypes and whatnot and all the internets. If not in person. And it's just like flowing as fuck. And then I can just feel his arsehole tighten up a wee teeny bit when he's like, it's only like, well, I don't know, maybe it makes people relax. Me kind of ignoring the gravitas of going live. No, that isn't what I mean, but anyway. was trying to make a point. Hopefully I made it. If I didn't, who knows. In the evening, everybody in the chat. Hopefully I've said hi to everybody. Hugh, Grit, Cheris, Happy New Year, Cheris, Super Parsons, Aaron, Mason, Stewie, Devon, the Gas Mask. In the evening, guys and girls, thanks for joining. The Rebel was in earlier. Oh my god, what the fuck. Thanks for joining, one and all. Like, let me try and focus here. So, that's some stuff I had lined up for a show that was going to happen before Christmas and New Year, or between that and all that shit that didn't happen. Which, if I could be arsed, which I probably would, I could look back on. But anyway, up to speed with the modern shit. Happy New Templar report. And it's becoming scarier and... No, that's the wrong words. It's just like fucking... Doom. To me, it's becoming more and more apparent how much... Whether you agree or disagree, and feel free to agree or disagree with this mob. But it's becoming more and more apparent after watching James Goddard over, I think it was prior to Christmas and all that, when he came out with all his bullcrap, is coming from. I mean, the stuff that was presented about Jada being a Knights Templar, or part of the Knights Templar International and all that jazz. And it's like, look, listen, if you want to be a Christian fundamentalist, batter the fuck in. I mean, like, honestly, like, who am I to stop you, man? Fucking gung-ho. But don't fucking bounce about, fucking start going, Bigfoot, aliens, David Icke, fucking vibrations, try to suck in fucking the disillusion, fucking into your wee Christian fundamental cult. And stay tuned, because, in fact, fucking stay tuned, because it'll be interesting to know, well, I don't know, people that are interested in the way my fucking melted mind works. Later on, I'll be talking about how the Zionists are Jew haters. I'll be trying to touch on that. It's hard for people to get their head round. I know. But I'll try and touch upon it. And it's in and around Happy New Templar report. Then we'll talk about the Ricky Gervais bukkake. You know, like, my lord. See, whoever advised him, his publicist, right? Genius. And I just hate the way everybody's gobbling that shit up. Like it's fucking Weetabix for the first time. You remember you had Weetabix first? It's like people are gobbling it up like it's Weetabix for the first time. You know, my sound engineer had fucking advised getting rid of that, and it shows off the nice, cool, white, the blue lights. See, if they were red, it would mean I was possessed by the devil, but they're blue, so that means I'm a fallen angel, something like that. But the Ricky Gervais bukkake, are you participating? I mean, like, are you so easily fooled that when like a rich motherfucker stands up in front of you and goes, the rich are wankers, you're like, yeah, bitch! Give Ricky Gervais a blowjob. Has anybody actually witnessed this guy's character over his career? From The Office through to his Hollywood fucking stardom, or whatever it is. I mean, that cunt's so fucking deep in Hollywood, he can stand up at the Golden Globes and do that shit, right? Now, has anybody followed that guy? This guy's one of the most slimy, elitist, horrible, fucking smarmy bastards you'll ever come across in your life. But he stands up in front of you and says, Hollywood people were wankers. And like, yeah, man, woo! Talking to power, man. That's fucking weak-willed fucking assholes, man. All you do is need that's see what Ricky Gervais done there at the Golden Globes. That is the absolute fucking definition of populist rhetoric. Right? Who can disagree with the shit he said? I can't. fucking Hollywood scumbags disconnected from the world, have no idea. Fucking Weinstein, your fucking pal, and of course he was fucking committed suicide. You know what I mean? It's like a script. This is the Idiocracy 2020, the year of the Idiocracy. Ricky Gervais stands up at the Golden Globes and people thinks it's a fucking man in the street on his soapbox speaking fucking truth to power. Wake up! Woke up! What the... Hold on. They've hijacked words. You can't even say wake up or woke up. They've fucking hijacked it. What can we say? Stop the fuck out of here, bitch! Can we still use that? Just slap motherfuckers with a fish. Slap your fucking self with a fish, bitch. I don't know. We need to reclaim fucking some sense of fucking wake the fuck up, you fucking idiot. Get your fucking head out of Dustin Timberlake, fucking Ricky Gervais, fuck. I mean, all the polarising figures that are out there right now, man. Oh, it doesn't piss me off. It gives me the fuel to burn the fire, to burn. Anyway, so we'll be talking about fucking the Ricky Gervais Bucati. Nice and cam-like. Nice and cam-like. And then the unknowingly right-wing robots. Now, this could have previously been titled YouTube Psychosis, but I'm waiting for an apt opportunity to use that again in the future, with people suffering YouTube psychosis and they don't even know it. Social worker, justice warriors. So saving that one for later. Iran in World War 3. And fuck, see, for me, World War 3 happened 4 or 5 years ago. I'm no shitting you, it did. I mean, like... I don't know, it's semantics and pedantics about how you explain shit. I mean, the world's at war. I don't know if you understand that. Trade war, currency war, kinetic war, that means they're actually like shooting each other, happening everywhere. Now, thank your fucking lucky stars. Call me crazy, call me fucking crazy. Thank your fucking lucky stars. If you don't get it round you, unfortunately. Fuck yous. But anyway, thank your fucking lucky stars you stay in a country who have fucking big ass nuclear bombs fucking pointing at cunts saying don't dare. And at the same time you stay in a country that's so strong economically that their army is voluntary rather than subscription. Fucking scumbag of United States. Anyway, but thank your lucky stars. Like, I stay in Hostonia. I'm a founder father of Hostonia. I don't know if you know this. If you don't know this, check my channel. Vote us, not them. I voted for me and I am the king of Hostonia. Nobody's disputed it. And all I need to do is... thank you to the new viewers. John for the Job Centre and the crew for the DWP. I got some... since July, they've been watching. And they actually became quite fans, by the sounds of things. But anyway, so don't get involved in the war, but count your lucky stars. Me personally, look at the context of things. There are countries in the world where you would be getting like if you're a particular fucking sex, a particular age, you'd be getting fucking conscripted into going and fighting into some fucking idiot's war for some shite that you don't fucking even know about. Thank your fucking lucky stars that we stay in a country that isn't happening. I do. If anybody tries to subscribe me into that, I'd be running for the hills. Anyway, so we'll be looking at the Iran and World War 3 thing. World War 3 happened ages ago. perpetual war at all times in world history. Just changes areas. And in that context, just thank your lucky stars you're not in a fucking context where you are getting carted off and flung at the front line. Like many of our grandas would have been. Danny the Fanny, no pals. Danny Jones, part of Troll Hunt, Troll Watch. You know the shit that's scrolling down below. They seem to think that's breaking YouTube privacy laws. I know, Fruit Loops. Charlie Reach. So this is Charlie Veach. He seems to be trying to resurrect his career on the YouTubes by admitting he's bald, but it's a good place to start. And Tommy who? The conspiracy. Tommy Robinson seems to be getting etched out, but please stay tuned because I'm going to elaborate on how, like, I mean, I shoulda, dug out some of my old clips when I was saying, like, Tommy's just been a martyr for Jim Dawson. He's martyred, useless, flung in the... All he's done is indoctrinate a lot of people who weren't into politics into the right-wing thinking of politics, and now all the little neo-Nazi groups are going to splinter off and feed into Jim Dawson, and we're witnessing it. You know the Tommy Robinson revolt that all the left-wing Antifa motherfuckers that are so happy about. Don't be so happy, man. It's part of the plan. They didn't want all the gays, lesbians and all that shit fucking involved. They just wanted to fucking get that seed cemented into people's brains. And now these further right groups for Tommy Robinson are going to start collecting up all the chaff. The wheat for the chaff. Going to start collecting all the chaff for Tommy Robinson. And Tommy Robinson's going to get hung out to dry. And Tommy Robinson knows he's getting hung out to dry. And that's why he's panicking, because he ain't quite getting the support for the funding that he used to get from the institutions of the far right. Because Tommy Robinson wasn't a one-man Robin Hood. He was a tool of the far right to indoctrinate people just to move them over to the right. But we'll go into that later on. The greater conspiracy. Anyway, so let's batter on some clips. Go into some of the older ones later on. Right, the Templar report. Oh, that isn't what I wanted to do. Let's do this. So, Happy New Templar report. Now, I'm going to choose my. I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. I urge everybody to subscribe to this mob and listen to what they're saying. Now, the reason being not is because of support or message or anything like that, is because what you'll find is the shit that they say is just the start of the echo chamber of all your independent journalists. You know, like, 1 week they'll start bouncing on about drag queens, and then the next week, every independent journalist in the far right, who isn't connected to the Knights Templar, of course, are bouncing on about fucking drag queens, you know? Now, you make your mind up about fucking drag queens going into nurseries and all that shit, right? But make your own mind up. Don't let these motherfuckers direct your attention in one direction or the other. Is this stuff really affecting your life on a daily basis? Do you walk down the street in fucking Glasgow and there's fucking like drag queens bouncing out trying to fucking rape you and fucking turn you into a fucking sissy and shit? Not on a good day. Anyway, but Happy New Templar report.
presenter with the Templar Report.
He's a guest.
Now, I'm
just a
making this
guest
video
presenter.
on the last day of 2019. An interesting year, to say the least. It's been a strange year. This is the year that the Templars were deplatformed worldwide. And, you know, we've been going a long, long time. So deplatforming is not death to us, but it's certainly disruptive, and that's why they've done it. I mean, if you read the left wing and the liberals at the top of the tree, that they say this, we must disrupt the right wing, and deplatforming them is one of the ways to do that. However, we've been about longer than most countries, and certainly all governments. So, although it's been a problem, and it's certainly cut our reach worldwide, we're still here, and we're still getting on.
If you take a wee second to analyse what he said there, this guy's a nationalist who doesn't like no countries, no borders, but he's talking about his organisation having no countries and no borders. I mean, the hypocrisies, the double standards, because it's just populist rhetoric to tickle your boys, tickle your fucking fanny. It's all it is. Anyway,
we'll get priories all over the world, growing quite nicely in America. In fact, hopefully we can get an actual priory building up and running in America soon.
It's the same scan done in Spain. Let me get this right. Now, forgive me if I bastardise some of this information, but go and check this out. But Jim Dawson was at the centre appropriating funds through the BNP for a safe house for abortion victims for Ireland and Spain. This obviously involved a lot of fundraising, thousands of pounds fundraising, then put into the property, which was then put into like tax exemption because it's a priory and all that shit. And like, I don't know. I don't know. It's worthwhile pointing out what these people are doing. It's worthwhile listening to what these folks are saying, because their ideology, in my humble belief, is at the heart of a lot of this fucking truther, fucking independent journalist shite on YouTube. And why do I believe that? Because all their talking points fucking float back to the same fucking place. Listen, I'm not telling you to be pro or anti-abortion. Make your own mind up. But when somebody's constantly directing your fucking attention to all these things, and all these things resonate with the Christian fundamentalist fucking crazy mob like fucking Jim Dawson, and then part of their job as well is pointing at all the fucking religious fundamentalists elsewhere and going, look how crazy they are, while ignoring how crazy they are.
But these,
like Tommy Robinson, you know, grooming gangs only exist if they're fucking brown.
these things take time. I think I seen the other day from America, some of the brothers there have actually got a road named after us now. Is it Knights Templar Road or something? Knights Templar International Road, which is excellent. Well done, guys, excellent. And what they're doing there is they're looking after that road and lifting the rubbish and the litter and the trash and making that area clean. That's a great idea. Because, you know, a lot of people come on to us every day and say, well, I've joined the Templars, what do you want me to do? Look, if we've got to tell you what to do, you're probably not right to be a
build a road and clean up the trash from the road. Did you not hear him? That's what you do. Build a road, name it after the Knights Templar, and clean up the trash. Right, well, Jim Dawson's been hanging about in America too much, man. He's over here, we call it rubbish, you know. But clean up the trash, man.
Templar.
But listen, let's get this straight. Jim Dawson thinks gay sex is mandatory, right? Somebody needs to tell big fucking Butch Bruno that's pumping his bum every fucking night, raw slamming Jim Dawson fucking down, and Jim Dawson's like, but it's mandatory, the government says I have to get this done to me. Nobody burst his bubble. Let big Butch Bruno have his way, wicked way with fucking Jim Dawson.
We need men who are self-motivated and
yeah, you need men that are self-motivated, Jim, don't you? You know what's so crazy, right? Now, this is just a conspiracy theory, but if you go and look at the Knights Templar emblem, which is two men riding in on a white horse, right? It's been alleged that it's two men because they just butt fuck each other, you know? It's a kind of like the, shit. Not the Athenians, who fucking fought the Athenians? Spartans. Spartans, aye. Am I fucking fucking this up? But I'm pretty sure this the Spartan. Google this, right? I'm pretty sure it was the Spartans. It was the Spartans that were in the movie The 100, and that army was like all like a big bunch of poofs, wasn't it? Gay guys or whatever's the acceptable way of explaining that now. But like a big bunch of gay guys, because it was looked upon like, well, look, you're not going to have the weakness of a woman, because like fucking having a penchant for women was looked upon as being a weakness, you know. You just fucked a man, it was like all good, you know. Which you can kind of understand for like trying to organise. You can understand the theory behind it. Whether in practice it actually works, I would argue it doesn't work, because if it did work, we would still have soldiers of fucking gados. But we don't. Just like we don't no longer have schools of male and females separated. You know, like. You do concentrate better away from the opposite sex, but nothing spurs you on more than try to be cock of the walk in a room with fucking females that you're trying to impress. You know what I mean? It makes... So anyway, I digress. Let's talk about Knights Templar.
Understand what needs to be done and go and do it. You don't need me or any of the boys here from HQ to hold your hand. You know, work in your local environment, your local area, get yourself known, invite brothers, sisters to your house, speak to them, tell them what's going on in the world and why we need to band together, because it's very important. Because
yeah, and the Muslims are coming over here to rape us.
How long more have we got before the bubble goes up? I don't think a very long time at all. So it's very important.
Yeah, but mate, no offence, Jim Dawson. You've been preaching apocalypse from the book of Enoch since you fucking started spewing your pish, to be quite honest. So I take your prophecies of apocalyptic doom with a pinch of salt. Other arseholes and retards like James Goddard, Paul Golding, Jada fucking no too bad tits, Francine, all those people.
You build networks locally, so get yourself known in your local area as a good guy, as a stand-up guy, as a strong guy, and people will come to you. Believe me. Just because you have a Templar badge doesn't mean people will come to you. Men judge men.
Aye, but go to their store and you can buy their sword and shield. I'm not joking. They'll sell you a sword and shield, a Templar sword and shield, and if you fucking stand around your neighbourhood with a fucking sword and shield, probably get arrested. But people will come at you, just like fucking Jim Dawson saying here. This guy thinks fucking music with drums is fucking for the land of Africa and it's all voodoo, and it's like a spirit coming for your... This is actually what he believes. He thinks that music with beats in it, the Kundalini spirit comes for your arsehole, starts taking over you, know, and that. So see if you like music with a beat. You're getting the voodoo African spirit Kundalini coming for your arsehole and taking you over, according to Jim Dawson. And this guy wants you to take him serious. He sits there with a fucking bunch of books. Oh no, hold on, it's not a bunch of books. It's actually like, you know, just... I don't know if he's actually know this. It's a picture! Oh man, you know there's actually people sitting there thinking that's like a bunch of books that he's fucking read. Like, this is the BMP cult. This studio... Oh man, go and do your due diligence, you bunch of James Goddard. Here's a fucking memo out to you, you fucking backward arsehole. Go and do your due diligence before fucking getting in the fucking God bothering fucking boat, you fucking idiot. Do your due diligence. This motherfucker is fucking preaching out of the BMP call centre in Northern Ireland. You idiot. You don't know what you're fucking dealing with, and you're like, oh, Harry Mary, Jesus will come down and save the fucking God, green earth, the fucking... Fuck you, you fucking... Anyway, I'm only joking. God loves you, James. God tard. You can tell with your name that God knew you were a God tard. With your name. Anyway, sorry. Let's get back to Jim Dawson.
By their actions, not by the badge they wear. So
fuck your badge, just buy your swords.
This year has been an exciting year. It's been a good
Very
year.
exciting.
We thank God for every year, whether they're tough, bad, or indifferent. But just last week, at the very end of the year,
She's stealing my shtick. She's stealing my shtick. Leave all your comments good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. Are you stealing my shtick, Jim? Jim? I know you think fucking gay sex is compulsory, you big poof. But you stealing my stick. That's the final fucking straw.
Year, a terrible tragedy occurred in America.
What one?
We've seen the reports, and I've actually seen the
What reports?
live video, which the news reports.
Got to love a British nationalist sitting in Ireland with an American flag behind him. Got to love it. Got to love this fucking interdimensional 4D chess retardation that's going on in these people's brains.
Blank out, we can't show because, you know, it's a bit sensitive, of the shooting in Texas recently, where a gunman killed two after opening fire in the service. It was horrible. It's a guy called, it's a 43-year-old guy called Keith Thomas Canahan, walked into the West Freeway Church of Christ and gunned down two totally innocent and elderly worshippers. But then he was shot and killed by a former reserve deputy sheriff, Jack Wilson. Wilson, that's a good Scotch-Irish name, a good Ulster Scot, and I am so proud to belong to that tribe, and I'm so proud that Jack Wilson belongs to this same tribe as I.
And again, if you want to know what tribe, this is very important, and this is the essence of all this, man. I cannot emphasise this enough, that this is part of my conspiratardom. The tribe he's talking about is the tribe of Dan, and go and read the Declaration of Arbroath. And a good starting point to understand where a lot of these fundamental Christians are coming from. I'm not here to argue they're wrong. I'm just trying to point out what's happening, because I think it's... I see if they were just gen up like that. Here, look, we're the master race. We are the people. We believe that. Look, we're going to slap down the Chiners and the Muslims. That's what's happening right now. I'd have some respect for them, being honest, but they're not. So I just like trying to point out who's doing what and for what reasons, or in my craziness, I believe.
I belong to, because he took that gunman out with a 40-foot shot, one shot to the head, boom.
Boom. Right, 8 minutes I wanted to go to. I won't bore you too much. There you go.
It's been a tragic year because there have been so many horrible things happen, but next year will just be as horrible regarding hideous events. We have to concentrate on President Donald Trump, getting him re-elected. That's a big task for next year. We were credited by the New York Post, the BBC and CBN and CNN as being very influential in having Donald Trump elected the first time round. And we hope, despite our deplatforming, we can play.
Now, does anybody hear Alex Jones with a Scottish accent? And this is my craziness, right? Batter in, be a fucking crazy religious fundamentalist in whatever fucking brand of fucking retardation you want, right? Batter in. But I'm not going to sit here and call out fucking Allah Akbar nut bars, fucking Jewish nut bars, without being able to call out the Christian nut bars, because the Christian nut bars go under the radar all the fucking time. Everybody sitting there blaming the Muzzies, blaming the Jews, blaming fucking every cunt. And no, and when I say the Christians, man, the Christian fucking faith is split into many denominations who are in a battle for power. This is my crazy conspiratado belief. Who are in a battle for power themselves, which was made even more prevalent when the Pope got elected and he was a Jesuit. I know that doesn't mean much to people when they just your conspiracy person and all that shit, but you're looking at ancient orders that were set up with fucking sworn oaths to do X, Y, and Z, and people are walking around and ignoring these orders, still openly still existing, and ignoring why they were set up. I'd point to the Order of the Dragon being one, which was a Christian order set up during the time of the Crusades, right? And oh god, I'm shooting for the hip here, right? So fucking do your own due diligence on this stuff, right? But it was set up over in Romania ways, right? And it was like Vlad the Impaler, Dracula, the real Dracula, and basically he was set up. Like, he was entrusted by Christendom to be the gateway, to be the border between Christendom and the Muslims, because the Muslim hordes, as they would call it at the time, were coming in for Constantinople, which is nowadays Turkey and stuff, as like that constant tide which has happened in Eurasia. 1984, go and look at your geography, which is still happening to this, in my humble belief, which is still obviously happening to this day. Anyway, let's get back to Jim Dawson. It talks more sense to me.
A significant role in getting President Trump elected again, or else I don't know what the alternative is. It's horrible. But to do that, we need to be strong. So we need people to join. We need people who are members to go out and recruit other members. We need people to support us financially. We need people to support us in prayer. We need people to get out in the ground and do stuff.
Did you notice the financial support came before fucking prayer? Aye, give your money. And if you want to pray for us, aye, batter in, man, I know the power of God and all that shit. Aye, but give your money. Money. Give your money, buy your sword, buy your armour, buy your shields. But aye, you can pray for us too.
We need all of this.
Need all of it.
But we can talk about that next year. For now, I want you all to have a very, very nice evening. I'm an Ulster Scot, so we call this the evening Hogmanay. It's a time when we remember our ancestors. No, I've not went pagan, but we have a very...
Ooh, remembering your ancestors. Ooh, goes away from the good book. Ooh. You know what I mean? Fucking has to actually fucking theologically fucking justify Hogmanay to fucking people to make sure they don't think he's pagan for fucking respecting their ancestors on Hogmanay.
Strange custom. At midnight we will have a big sit-down dinner. We will leave the top of the table where I normally sit in my house. That chair will be left empty.
My God, man, this cunt should. I'm no joking. You put him in a fucking Doctor Who phone box, send him back to the Victorian times. They'll still call him old-fashioned. I shit you not.
Empty, but that empty chair, will be served first with the food. Drink will be poured out. Even a whiskey will be given to that empty chair. Why? Because that's to remember my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, and the thousands of generations before me.
Traditions are good.
And I sit with the children that night to let them know that I'm just part of this. I'm just a small cog in a giant wheel. And there's people came before me, and one day I'll be gone and that chair will represent me. And one day they'll sit in that chair, and then they'll be gone. And their son will be on that chair, and then one day he'll be gone. It's to show the continuity of life and the cycle of life. It's not ancestor worship, it's not pagan worship, but it's certainly remembering our ancestors and praising those who fought, bled and died that we would be free. And I will never forget that, and I would say to you tonight,
That's the meaning of life. But anyway, what the meaning of life is Jim Dawson here is just stealing the Lion King shit. Isn't Circle of life. The circle of life. Circle of life. She's stealing that. But wrapping it up in fucking my chair at the head of the table and leave it there. Who drinks the whiskey? Jim. Like Jim, does that chair get left empty when you're getting out, getting banged by big fucking Butch Boris? I think his name is. I can't remember his name. Butch Boris, I'm sure his name is. Rattling your ass while telling you that fucking gay sex is mandatory. Yeah, Jim, get your mandatory sex. Yeah, you stay in Britain and obey the governmental rules. Bend over. Jim loves it, man. He loves his mandatory sex dished out to him by the government, but he protests a lot about it. But yet, he never fails to turn up to his mandatory sex sessions. Suspicious? I think so. Anyway, Jim. That's enough about Happy New Templars. Right. 5:30. Alright. I haven't organised this. I meant to keep this for last, but this was worth tuning in for. Right, because this is complex. Or I'm just absolutely complexly nuts trying to understand this shit, right? And it's like in the conspiratardo land, you've probably heard the fake Jews, right? And when they're saying the fake Jews, they're referring to the Zionist clique of Jews who currently control that area of the world. Now they point to that because if you dip into the demographics of if you dip into the demographics of Israel, what you'll find is, contrary to popular perceptions, the Jews aren't one fucking race, one big tribe going fuck yous all. They are fractioned. Man, when I first started looking into it, I compared it to the caste system in India in the sense that there's just a pecking order in the different denominations of Jews inside Israel. But there's one particular denomination of Jews which seems to politically dominate and control that area of the world, which would be the your Netanyahu's, which is, oh shit, I'm fucking this up, probably Yakut's party, your far right party inside Israel, which is your nationalistic party, which you can understand because Israel wouldn't exist if they couldn't breed nationalism in people. It was the exact same model that was rolled out in Israel that was rolled out in Northern Ireland, just different religions used to mobilise idiots to fucking stand there as human shields or build their houses in war zones. But I digress. So let's say these Knight Templar motherfuckers actually like relatively want to do what they say on the tin, which would be the pledges made by the medieval knights. Many of the medieval knight orders, they focus on the Knights Templar, and if you look at what they were kind of sworn to do, what their purpose was, it fits perfectly. And for me, and if you don't know what that is, the Knights Templar were set up to kind of facilitate the passage of Christian pilgrims, to Jerusalem with no harm. Now, if you look what's happening in Jerusalem right now, the Jews are getting killed with the Muslims are getting killed with the Jews, and the Christians are bouncing about fucking doing their Christian business, right? I know it's crazy to sort of interject crazy conspiracy that, hold on, there might actually be fundamental Christianity going on here that fucking nobody's actually fucking realising, and that powerful people might have actually had the brainwave to literally hijack a whole religion to use for their geopolitical purposes. And I know it's hard to understand because people will just fucking go at the Jews, the Talmud, the fucking the protocols and elders of Zion. And I mean, if you explore that stuff logically, you can see how you can't actually grasp that as any reality, I would argue, in the sense that the shit that's coming out could easily be corrupted. And it's my argument that it's fucking... It's like... Let's use the school playground analogy, right? And let's use Jews as the weakest, most easily controlled boy in the playground. You're going to fucking set them up, make them do your dirty work. And these motherfuckers might be good with an abacus. In fact, here, look, listen. Go and run the tuck shop. Keep those books in order. Do the counting well. But who are they paying at the end? Who allowed them to get put in that position? And I would argue it's Christendom. And there's fractions within inside Christendom, which is very obvious in my opinion. As I mentioned before with the fucking Jesuit Pope, who bitch slapped a woman recently. I don't know if you've seen that. It was quite entertaining. Put in Pope slaps women. You'll see the footage. Dirty fucking skunk. Touch the Pope. I'm fucking God's representative here on earth, bitch. Whoosh, backhander. I mean, that cunt just needs a fucking big... Oh, hold on, he's got a big golden cane. He's the ultimate pimp. The Pope is the pimp. Anyway, I digress. Let's get to the Templar report.
$46 million to date, and is devoted to building vibrant communities by supporting refugee and resettlement NGOs like the Tahiri Justice Centre, which has, quote, served over 25,000 courageous individuals fleeing violence since 1997, unquote. Its executive director, Morgan Wiebel, states, quote, without the critical support of the Zellerbach...
Sorry, I get rudely interrupted by the voices in my head. I was trying to explain how I believe that, like, Zionism and this whole kind of, like, pro-Zionist shit is all controlled by people who actually don't really like Jews. They're just using the vehicle of religion and the religion of Judaism to control an area of the world because religion is sacrosanct. It's almost unquestionable. And then Jews, you can build up the biggest argument about controlling that area of the world. Now, I would point to Lord Balfour, the architect of the Balfour Declaration, or the Lord... Oh God, don't get me started, man. I'm like so conspiratarded and all this shit. But Lord Balfour, House of Lords, Lord Balfour, the House of Balfour came from the House of Bruce. If you look at the lineage, the House of Bruce, I'm referring to Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce was a crusading knight who wanted his heart buried in Jerusalem. Again, all Christians, nothing to do with Jews, but everybody thinks Jews are taking over the world because they count the money. And here you have Jim Dawson, who, in my humble belief, is responsible for groups such as Britain First, Tommy Robinson's mob. Yeah, I know you'll say, but one of them likes gays, one of them doesn't. He's responsible for them all. He's just grooming different demographics, right? Generation Identity. He's responsible for a lot of these fucking groups, just to urge over everybody over to the right wing. And just like they don't support gay rights or the right for somebody to be gay, but they're quite happy to use gay people to get power in politics, they're quite happy to use the appearance of supporting Jews or fucking whatever or not being anti-Semitic as a tool, as a fucking mechanism to gain support, to gain votes, to get them into power. I mean, like, all I'm basically saying here is the far right are willing to do what the Conservatives and what Labour and what the Lib Dems do, which is to lie to motherfuckers to get them to vote for them. And Jim Dawson's little mob have bounced up 1,000,001 splinter groups. Now, Jim Dawson, this isn't me making this up. He's a mat. His expertise is in marketing. His expertise within marketing is demographics. The guy's on record talking about fucking stimulating different demographics, not giving a fuck about them just to move people over to the right. On the record, I could play it to you, no problem. Played it 1,000,001 times. I'm sick of fucking playing it. It's obvious. And this is just a microcosm of what's happening wider in the fucking so-called independent media. With your fucking Sargons and your V's and fucking all the rest of the fandans. Some of them don't even understand. Like, look at fucking James Goddard. Let's be honest, man, that guy ain't get a few brain cells to rub together. I could maybe, possibly beat him at Scrabble. In fact, that would, hold on. Let's do a fucking charity Scrabble match. But anyway, you get the point. Dumb motherfuckers protect themselves to be fucking smart, and then when you fucking like listen to them, they're like fundamental Christians getting groomed by this mob with their big fucking Knights Templar swords underneath their fucking bed, fighting for the far right of all the fucking football hooligans. I don't know if you understand this. Within football hooligan elements which exist in the UK is the fucking organised crime, and within that is elements of the far right, and that's exactly what we're witnessing just now, and that's where Tommy Robinson came from, and that's where he was in the BNP, and fucking... See the time he was at the BNP meetings? On record, like, you know, the pictures that you can't deny? He was he wasn't Tommy Robinson at that point. Tommy Robinson was a football hooligan. I mean, come on, it's like any cunt with a couple of fucking brain cells can see what's happening there and how the far right have groomed, like, used organised crime and, like, better in, man. Organised crime's better than chaotic crime, I'm all in. But don't use it to politically fucking mobilise motherfuckers, and these people are trying to create an army. Anyway, let's get back to the anti-Semitism coming from the Templar report, or sort of the under the table anti-Semitism coming through the Templar report. And again, I will fucking put my £2.50, my life savings, on these motherfuckers being like Tommy Robinson cockboys, or Tommy Robinson being their cockboy, actually.
Family Foundation, Tahiri would be unable to continue its necessary work to support immigrants. Unquote. One analysis of the Zellerbach's efforts to encourage the darkening of America are based on the fact that, being descended from Jewish immigrants themselves, they are sympathetic to immigrants wanting to gatecrash the American dream. A less charitable explanation is that these out-of-touch elites share the all-too-common Talmud-inspired hatred of Christ and Christianity, and have bought into the widespread Jewish elite fantasy of destroying white nations as revenge for the historic persecution of Jews.
Do you hear that now? It's like, because it's so controversial to touch upon, and the obvious, like, fucking anti-Semitic fucking undertones are touching on this topic. And look, listen, you go and read the Talmud. Go and do what you want. Just do it in context, right? When you're reading the shite in the Talmud, it tells you to boil babies and fucking Jesus and shite and all that. Read all the shite that's in the Bible and in the Quran and every other fucking piece of shite religious text that people have claimed, men, women have claimed that it's for the word of God. It's not, in my humble opinion. But here you have the clearly anti-Semitic undertones coming from this mob, and I know it's hard to understand because these people are ball deep in every institution that people believe or perceive as being pro-Zionist. Right? But pro-Zionism, all it does is cement control by the Zionist elements inside that area of the world. And when you've got control of that, and the Christians aren't a target by anybody over the fight of that area of the world. And I know people will point at the Third Temple and all that shit, but Christians don't give a fuck about them. Relatively don't care. In fact, fundamental Christians actually quite all in and stuff. So I just remember, like, it's not just Jews that are fucking might be trying to propagate the Third Temple and all that jazz. For the religiously speaking fundamental Christians, depending on how you interpret the Word of God, want the Third Temple and all that jazz as well. So, it's food for thought, I do believe. The Ricky Gervais bukkake. Right. Now, it's just like, this is kind of my point. Imagine the biggest liar scumbag you know in your fucking life, right? Right? And you just know this person is just a scumbag throughout and throughout. I don't know, they might sit there behind the fucking anonymity of the internet and try and fucking bully and harass people by threatening them with fucking sticking them into the benefits and all that. Hello, John for the job centre. How you doing, my man? Glad you're watching. Just ultimate scumbags. You know, the people who would get kicked the shit out of on the street if they actually behaved that way in their fucking day-to-day life in front of people. Genuine scumbags. These fucking people exist, right? Imagine that person stood up in front of you and just one day randomly just told you everything you wanted to hear. Would you turn around and just think that the sun shined out their arse, or would you be like, Like, I'm thinking this guy scored a fucking goal and a half. His fucking hell, man. Ooh, storm fucking Katrina's coming. But this guy scored a goal for fucking his publicist, his PR company's done the business, and everybody's bukkake over him. And what did he? I've listened to it. What did he say? Weinstein didn't kill himself. Wet your fucking knickers. What else did they say? Hollywood people are douchebags that are disconnected from the real world. I think I paraphrased that a wee bit because douchebags isn't Ricky Gervais, but I mean, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to participate in this because it's so fake. See, if it was real, right? I'll be honest, right? If the woman was there and it was real and it was all organic and shit, right? And it was like, great idea and stuff, man. It was just in the moment. I'd be like, fuck it, I'm in, right? But when it's so contrived as Ricky Gervais at the fucking Golden Globes, I'm out. I'm like, nah, I can't participate, man. Like, I can see the writing on the back of his hand. Like, I don't mind the camera being there, but fucking being on a tripod and there being floodlighting and all that, man, it's a wee bit set up here, man, you know? But, and that's with that, Ricky. Do you think Ricky, I've been loud up here for the last time, it's the last time, so I don't give a shit. That guy had a script. Did you not hear him reading off jokes? Like, he's a comedian, right? I don't know if you know jokes, they're structured, right? You have a delivery, start, middle, end, all that jazz, right? When you're writing jokes, just ask Blazing in the fucking 5G shit. Now, Ricky Gervais was allowed to stand up there and say that shit. Now, whether you agree with him, disagree, or like, oh, high five, just ask yourself the question, why? Right? Now, basically what he's done, and in my opinion, is just took a big massive fucking red poker and went like that. Now, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with any of the shit he got to. I mean, I'm just sort of sitting here and saying like all the stuff that he said has been said by people before. Now, he stood up there and went like, just stand up there and take your award, and you shouldn't stand up there and say political statements, just take your award and shut the fuck up. In the process of standing up there and delivering one of the most political statements that would ever be possible, one of the most controversial, I was going to say thought-provoking, but he's poked the fire with a stick while telling people not to stand up on stage and deliver political messages. Right, and I'm not telling you to agree or disagree with his politics, right? I don't know about you, right? I hate Ricky Gervais, man. He's a slimy, smarmy, elitist prick, right? I came to that conclusion through years of watching him. And I mean years of watching him through The Office, where you love him, like, he's the best thing ever, it's the funniest thing ever. And then you actually see behind the scenes, you're like, you're a fucking, what? Right, that guy fucking believes the sun shines out his own arse, and he's sitting in front of everybody else going, I can tell you the sun shines out your arse because the sun shines out my arse. Fuck you, Ricky fucking Jar fucking Two-Face, you prick. Anyway, I digress, but it's the Ricky Gervais bukkake, and I'm no participating, right? See, because a scumbag stands up in front of you and tells you that your nuts are tasty and you've got the biggest cock ever, it doesn't mean that fucking you should
Ricky
love them.
Gervais hosting the Golden Globes.
This is a guy that can't take his hat off. Right, now just look at, like, it's just a big media storm around a fat, let's be honest, a fat comedian being relatively funny at a fucking award show that no cunt paid attention to until Ricky Gervais stood up there and said this shit, and now everybody's paying attention to it. This guy, this is like, I'm a liberal, when he just reports on right-wing fucking figureheads, like peahead. I don't want to transfer my hatred towards these people, man, but they're just fake-ass motherfuckers. I'd go as far to say they're fake-ass niggers, but maybe going a too big step too far.
Okay.
This guy looks like the walking, talking gerbil. Do you know Alvin, Simon, Theodore, the chipmunks? This is what happened when they grew up and got old. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, right? They turned into like Irish gerbils.
Clean time control.
Like the chipmunk morphed. They were like they were down the sewer with the fucking Ninja Turtles, and they morphed into an Irish gerbil. And of course, this isn't just like sort of a.
Sorry, I was.
This guy genuinely has the insight that everybody needs to know about Ricky Gervais shit that happened at the Golden Globes, right? This isn't him just like click harvesting, just like looking at what's trending on Twitter and go make a video about that. You know, because this guy's an independent journalist. That's why he talks about. No, hold on. I was going to say he talks about things that aren't trending on Twitter, but that's just not true.
Sorry, there's something that's really fucking happened that fully fucking happened in the last.
I know, you gerbil. You look like a gerbil. It's
just
very
emphasising her hips. It's rather.
Right, hold on, I do like this. This is like strangely sexually arousing. A catty granny gets catty about the Golden Globes, but not that. She gets catty about all the lovely dresses.
But there you are. Somebody actually did, and she was very complimentary. So, thank you very much. Now let's get on to the Golden Globes. Because I've often thought that some of the clothing at these celebrations are just too truly horrendous for words.
Oh, come on, man. Everybody loves a bit of tit, ass and fucking leg.
I'm going to go through the whole
Even fucking grannies getting catty.
thing. I might have to cut it because this is a very long article. So
I thought you were going to censor the good shit.
if you see some sort of jerks in the videoing, you'll know I just cut out a piece.
Jerks in the video. Granny's getting more than catty about the Golden Globes.
because the whole
You double clicking your mouse.
thing was getting too long. So this is the Mail Online. You can see I have an interest in fashion because these are the adverts that come
Clearly.
up. That's because I look at fashion sites. And,
Clearly.
I buy
Look.
clothes.
Bastion of fashion.
So here we are. Golden
not seen
Globes
that.
2020.
Sarcastically.
And here is four of the
Damn
four
sexy.
of the dresses. And
No
they're
enough
going to
leg
come
for
up
me.
lower down, but that's not too bad. That's okay.
I'll be honest, see when it comes to a dress on a woman, less is more for me.
That's very nice. That's dreadful. Let's get that out. So anyone who thinks that my sense of style is wrong, you can stop right.
I mean, how could you honestly think this woman's sense of style was wrong? Look at her. Beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. With the thing on your face. You make me all over the place. And I don't know what to do. 'Cause Catty Granny covered me in goo. No. But aye. Hit me up.
There. Okay, let's get this dress here. Now, this dress.
Oh. See, it's good for that part to there. I'm pointing to the waist. And then for there, just too much material.
Who is this?
See, some people just say I'm an absolute pervert and all that and just love fucking looking at legs and stuff like that shit. But no. I'm all about the environment nowadays. I've been listening to Gretna Green and I'm all about the environment. So, birthday cards, Christmas cards, out the window. That's unenvironmentally friendly. So no longer the days... There's gone are the days of me forgetting a birthday and Christmas card. Because I no longer do it. Because I'm saving the planet. Also, pretending I like dresses that hide legs. It's a waste of material. Right? I seen a girl today in the hot tub and I swear it was just her brand pants. And I was like, she's saving the planet! And I'm like, well, I'm down with saving the fucking planet. That's what I was thinking. I was all in and saving. I'm becoming an eco warrior, I think. That Gretna Green has done it for me. Granny getting catty and Gretna Green. Just very convincing characters.
Scarlett. Is that Scarlett Johansson?
Is it?
Oh, well, anyway.
She done a video, she done a movie in Glasgow.
Scarlett, I suppose she thought that was
It
cute.
was a shite movie.
It's a nice dress. Look
But
at
it was in
this,
Glasgow, so I
this
pretended
hip,
to like
just
it.
emphasising her hips. It's rather Victorian. Very nice.
It's
And
hiding her
then
hips,
she
man.
does it.
But the
What
one on the
is
left, you can
that
kind
for?
of see
I
her
mean,
big arse,
it's
which
just-
is all the
it's-
rage in it.
Just totally unnecessary.
Yep,
It's
too much.
completely unnecessary to
Yep,
do this.
you're right,
And
Granny.
You can see there's
Too
an
much.
insert there.
Yep.
So that's stopping the whole thing
Mini
from
skirt.
falling apart
Mini
like that.
skirt.
But it's completely unnecessary to have this neckline like that.
No, it's not.
It would look just
That's
as
good.
well if
It looks
if
like a
was
love
straight
heart.
across, actually.
Doesn't it?
But it
Looks
certainly
like-
doesn't need
Oh,
to
fuck, I'm
plunge
in love.
that way.
Looks
And it's
like a
not
love.
even
Who
a
is
proper
that? What's her
plunge
face?
because
Scarlett
it's a
Johansson.
flesh-coloured
It
material
looks like a
there,
love
so
heart, doesn't
it's
it?
not really showing
Look,
anything
see, her
anyway,
tits
just
look like the top of the heart, and
detracting
then
from
her.
the rest
It does
of
look
the
like a
dress,
love heart.
which is a really nice shape. Okay, and again another red.
Is this quite arousing to you as well? Like an old granny talking about how sexy young things are. Strangely aroused.
Dress. Nicole Kidman. Look,
Nicole
she's
Kidman,
not
she's
a
still
young
fucking
woman
kicking about.
anymore, and she has to come to terms with that. She's very, very slim, to the point of being a
I
bit
can't
stringy.
hear this, oh dear bit.
That's
Good
fine.
enough.
I wish I were a bit thinner. Well, I don't know any woman who doesn't.
Don't worry.
There's this fashion
Catty
now
Granny,
for
you
not
look good.
wearing tights or stockings.
You could. Oh, hold on. She's talking about tights and stockings. Don't worry about your figure Catty Granny, because you look fucking superb, man. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a bit of fucking flower on the sweater? And that flowery collar, oh, I mean, it just accentuates everything going on there. Right, hold on, she's talking about the good stuff.
Just this were a bit thinner. Well, I don't know any woman who doesn't. But you see, there's this fashion now for not wearing tights or stockings, just bare-legged, and it just doesn't look good. It does not look good here.
Depends the circumstances, man. You know what I mean? Varicose veins and all that shite, man. Stick a pair of stockings on, but like fucking, you look good, fucking bareback. Go bareback.
That top is fine. She's got a slim waist. The dress is cut beautifully.
Sorry, I just, in the new year, I wanted to mix up with a wee bit of fashion reporting, you know, like the Golden Globes. It's not all about Ricky Gervais, you know.
Behind, and that's going to flow out the back. The whole look is going to be nice and soft, and then you've got this leg. And she obviously thinks that's making her look sexy. No, it just emphasises how stringy she is. There should be an insert in that skirt, you know.
Oh god, it's like an insert in the skirt. Insert fucking comedy fucking line here, please. Like, I'll let you fucking make your own fucking punchline in that one. There should be an insert in that skirt. Here, I don't know. I can see like fucking stag parties where it's like, instead of like pin the donkey, it's like insert the fucking slut. Insert the slit in the skirt. That's what I meant to say instead of slut. That was just a frightened slip. Anyway, let's get back to grabby granny, catty granny.
Contrasting, maybe the same colour. Or she should be wearing tights. Hang on. She should be wearing tights, possibly. You know, black tights, maybe. Something.
Well, do you know what, Catty Granny? I think we should get her, and me and you can just like fucking sit there with a wee wardrobe and all that, and get her to dress up in front of us. How'd you like that for the wee evening?
Like that, but that's wrong. Now this is an interesting thing, because you see the front of the dress
that's interesting.
Very nice.
Who
it's
is that?
only when it goes sideways that it starts to make her look over full in the bust.
Fat. So you're saying it looks, make her look fat?
And
Catty Granny, I'd love to see you in this dress.
Just a bit thick in the waist, I suppose. You see, this is what she saw when she looked at it in the mirror in the shop or whatever, and it looks fine. But it's a bit sort of puffy, turkey cock looking type shape.
Too long, not enough leg.
It's just a mistake. That's not.
Not enough leg.
A better example. You see that now. You see what's happened here. There's this flyaway bit here.
Sorry to interrupt you, Catty Granny, but I always think when it comes to skirts, less is more. Less is more. I know a gay guy told me it. A gay guy told me that once. So I think all the straight ladies out there should listen to that advice.
It just didn't turn out that well. And this is a very sweet dress. Whoever she is. Who is she?
Who is she?
Margot.
Who
Margot,
is she?
Whoever. Very, very sweet dress, and she looks very sweet. I like that. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, a bit stark, I say, a bit too much black. I suppose she thought it was sophisticated, and because there's so much frills here, she probably thought, well, keep the colour down, but actually it's a bit too much Black Widow-ish, I think. It's a nice shaped dress. This is just too awful for words. You know, you want to show your top, don't show your leg. Show your leg, hide the top, and it looks bondagey. And satin. Satin is, you know, just ladies, stay away from satin. It makes fine lining, and it's good for accents, like in a pleat. You know, you've got a bit of satin on the inside of the pleat. That can look nice. But this just emphasises the lumps and the bumps. You see here, this bit here, these bits here. Now, this dress is probably very expensively made, dress, skirt, whatever it is, but because of the way satin shows all the creases, you've got this. Doesn't look nice, and it certainly doesn't look and this all the creases. You've got this. Doesn't look nice, and it certainly doesn't look nice. And this, it just does not look nice. It's just terrible taste. No, just awful. Awful, and look at the way the satin works. And look, and I think she thinks that's sexy. I don't think it's sexy. I think it's dreadful. Here we've got,
and that's the meaning of
you see,
life.
it's a lovely dress. She's got a lovely shape, and she's got that false panelling, which I don't think adds to the
Thanks,
dress.
folks.
It could have been red there, would have looked fine. And the dress itself, lovely, lovely. This is very expensive tailoring, you know.
No chance, that's Primark.
And you see that, look what it does here. I don't think that's elegant. Okay, this. Well, just contrast these two. That's
I was muted. I think I was saying sexual innuendos to this catty granny. It's just not appropriate, but I think she's up for it.
Again, this sweet dress, very nice. Maybe I wouldn't have gone for white. Maybe silver would have looked better, but you know, still suits her, looks fine. This,
How's she get two on? Are you allowed to?
I don't like it. It looks like, you know, sort of toga type thing or a sari type over the shoulder that just didn't work. There's a lot of
Too much material, not enough leg.
asymmetrical dresses, and not many of them do.
I'm noticing a theme here. No leg,
work. This is, well, I would have said it's a bit summery for an evening do, especially an evening do in January.
She does look a bit like a flower. But again, just too much material.
But not a bad dress. I suggest that doesn't
It would work better with less material.
flatter her. She's probably got
Oh God, man. I hope people get this sense of humour, or maybe I'm just a dirty bastard.
slender waist, but it's difficult to tell with all this fuss going on. And this
Richie, this is my New Year's resolution, mate. I'm going to start doing a fashion segment. Me and Catty Granny are going to start commenting on award shows frocks.
This doesn't help. If the open panel were reversed,
I would... Cheris, would I give her one? Of course I wouldn't give her one. I would wine and dine her, take her home, get her to try on some of these dresses and some of her variants. Because we've already heard she's a fan of the stockings and all that stuff. So...
it might have looked better. It's a shame because the rest of the dress is fine, and I love that train.
Yeah, the rest of the dress fine, just too long.
Okay. And here's Nicole Kidman showing a lot of leg again. No.
Oh, not enough though.
This.
Oh, what's wrong with this?
What can you say about a dress like this? It's just awful.
It's too long.
It's just too awful for words. It looks like she forgot the blouse, doesn't it? The dress itself here, the overdress, should I say, is lovely. Very nicely made. It looks like she forgot the bit that went underneath it and just went out in her, what do you call that, a basque or something. Who is it? Charlize Theron. Charlize, darling, you made a mistake with that one. And it's, well, I don't like that colour. Personal preference. This, a little obvious, but no, not bad.
A little obvious. I think she's talking about her tits hanging out.
She's got a tiny bit of a belly, and
what? Fucking hell, man! Hold on, man. That's exactly. See, when I first seen that picture, that's exactly what I was thinking. Wee bit of a belly. Look, 'cause she's got those fucking lovely big tits to counter it with. No offence to anybody that doesn't love big, lovely tits.
Woman's entitled to that, but this dress doesn't flatter it.
Who is this anyway? I don't even, I'll be honest, I have not even... This isn't even rhetoric. I haven't looked at her face.
But this cut here, yeah, it's all right.
I
like this dress. Now, it got a lot of...
Oh, me too.
A lot of flack.
Makes her look like a butterfly.
Or whatever.
Be like fucking a magpie. Magpie! Be like fucking a magpie.
I'm not sure, but...
Hey, God, man, right, just take this for the fucking jokers. You be like pulling the feathers back, looking for her. Pulling the feathers back, looking for the fanny, wouldn't you? Like, fuck. How many layers have you got? How many... Waterproof underneath here. But it would be like fucking a magpie, wouldn't it? Like a hypnotic magpie. Look into my eyes, not around my eyes.
It could be a very tight sewing that's made an edge. I think it's lovely, except for one thing. I don't think it should have...
First bit of fucking good leg we've seen. Right. But it's spoiled by the butterfly wings or whatever.
Been that short.
In fact, it does actually look like a bit like a vagina, doesn't it? But maybe it's just where my head's at right now.
I think it should have come down to here and sort of fitted in with these wings. I think this looks wrong here. But the actual, this top half, here, look, if I just do that, very nice. Very nice. Something really unusual. I just don't think this works. This, well, who is this?
Look at the hips on that.
Sofia Vergara.
This is all for a fashion perspective, by the way. This isn't just men ogling over good-looking women. I mean, look, check that, dude. He's in a suit.
Look, she's not a young woman, and she's gone for the
Fucking hell, man! She's only 23.
slightly overblown sexuality look, and she does it very well. I think
You saying she looks like Jessica Rabbit?
that dress is just good for her. It emphasises those nice wide hips.
I'd say that. Yeah, I'd agree. But she's standing at the perfect angle, you know what I mean? She knows how to stand. It's almost like she's trained.
Her waist, her bust, everything. Just a bit too much of her by modern standards.
Yeah. Just enough.
But she looks great. And the loose hair as well, just a bit too much hair. Just everything, just a bit too much, but not too much that it's really...
I guess it's like an old woman that's just discovered edibles. Like, hey man, look at this, man. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Do you know what? I'll be honest, I'm not actually familiar with this. I don't know if this is her channel directly or it's like ripped and put up.
Tipping
I don't
into
know.
bad taste. She's treading that fine line really well. I also like the way she's got the lipstick matching the dress colour.
Oh, you've got to have the lipstick matching the upstairs has got to match the downstairs. Always.
You see this? There. It's
No moustaches anywhere.
not. Oh, well, it's gone again. Right. It's okay. I don't think it works that. Now this dress here. I don't know. There's a fashion for lilac. I've seen a couple of lilac dresses.
Right. How many dresses have we seen now? It's a good 10. I'm saying slutty's out. Innit? Where's all the wee miniskirts? Where's the Lady Gaga shit? Where's the stuff worth tuning in for? I mean, just a fashionista here.
This lilac does not suit many people, and it doesn't suit this girl. She looks washed out.
How are people getting 2 dresses?
Whoever she is. Who is she? Dakota Fanning. And those puff sleeves, Alice in Wonderland. Just, actually, pretty dress.
Here, you could take her home and put you over your toilet roll in the back of your toilet. Bonus.
Not right. Not right for this occasion. Not right for this person. This, well, yeah, nothing terribly unusual, but, she's got the lipstick matching. It's fine. Nothing. You see, in principle, I don't object to a plunging neckline, but it serves some function here because the dress itself is very stark.
It serves some function. What function does a plunging neckline serve? Catty Granny.
The rest of her is all covered up, so she can go to a waistline plunge. There's nothing wrong with it per se.
Nothing
This
wrong with it
dress,
at all.
I love this dress. I think this woman here, little bit angular, and she's chosen exactly the right shape to suit her figure. It's just gorgeous. And you see here, it's open at the back. It looks terrific. That is
No leg at all.
of a one with the dress. I love it. I love that dress. I would like that dress, although I probably wouldn't look, well, I certainly wouldn't look that good in it. And here is, well, I don't know.
I'll be honest, Catty Granny, I'd love to see you in that dress.
The makeup, maybe. She looks dead.
Oh, right, hold on, man, look. Like, no offence, man, look, they're almost the same tone of dead when it comes to white cunts.
Who is she? Rooney Mara. The skirt, it looks great. I can't really get a close-up. That's a bit sort of
Can't get a close-up or a freeze frame. Out of order, Catty Granny.
under supply.
Laying it side down.
Both in the girl's figure and in the dress. And I don't know what's going on there. This, elegant, I think that's probably extremely expensive material. Nicely tailored. There's a slip there, but it's for...
Right. That's the fashion segment of tonight's show. I did enjoy that, I'll be honest. That's from Owen Pervy Ways. But let's just look at the Ricky Gervais but Bukkake. You know, Ricky Gervais is now the best thing since The Office, apparently. Is this working? Mic check.
Ricky Gervais was just telling Joe, I get that impulse. Anyway, do you know what's...
I was wondering who this is. This is a left-wing dude. It's quite funny, actually. But he certainly comes from a particular persuasion. So, no doubt he'll be licking the balls of Ricky Gervais.
Alright, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Codcast, the greatest podcast in the history of goddamn mankind. I'm your host.
That's not true. It's the Truth for Industrial Complex podcast, but we'll agree to disagree.
Humble Daddy Smith, and this is episode 84. Hell yeah, we rocking this shit out. How's everybody doing tonight? Have you had a good week? I guess it's fucking Monday, so if you guys had a fucking good weekend. Got cats everywhere already, jumping all the fuck around me, so that's always fun. We'll see what shit they fuck up tonight. So, got a good show for you guys tonight.
See, this is my own personal conspiracy. I don't think they're dumbing down Americans with fluoride in the water. I think they're fucking jacking them up with fucking caffeine in the water, you know? But, oh shit, wrong button.
At the Golden Globes, but it seems as safe as it could possibly be, and lukewarm, in my opinion. You know, no big whoop, and it's exactly what you would expect. I mean, ABC is owned by Disney.
All right, he's going into the. I've not watched this clip, so I'm not here to agree or disagree with it. I'm just pointing out the Ricky Gervais Bukkake in the sense that everybody's now focused on what Ricky Gervais is saying, and it's getting interpreted different ways by different folks. Different ways by different folks, which is a very interesting. I'll be honest, I think I prefer the fashion section.
Welcome to the
latest apocalypse
now. Lawyer, I'm gonna give it to you raw, and you're gonna see through their actions.
I don't know if I'm turned on after you're gonna give it to me raw. What the fuck?
Through their numerology, that this is a script. That everything.
Might spit on it a bit.
Is again just put in place so we follow this world like lemmings, right? Or like
right. So now we're talking about we're war-free in the Golden Globes like every other lemon, you know, right? This guy's a biblical warrior, man. But anyway, Godspeed to you, mate. Right, now, this is the only human being in the world that I know, like a car had their arse lowered. You know, cars get like their suspension lowered. This guy went to the fucking... I was going to say the paedophilia shop. He went to the plastic surgery shop. What do you want today, sir? It's like, I want my arse lowered. What? I want my arse lowered. And he lowered his arse. Right, you know, normally your arse starts with your kind of bozzer, if you're a man. Or with your fanny bits, mate. It's usually with your arse, kinda. Hold on, let me just check. Aye, that's kinda where your arse usually ends, right? In and around that spot. Check this dude out! Right, just look at his silhouette. Does his arse meet his balls? That's my question. And if it doesn't, where does it meet? And what's in between? You know that way where you're not into something, but you would love to see that fucking shit in porn just to see how it worked? I'd love to see this guy's porno. Just to see how his lower arse works.
This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, and today I'm pleased to say that finally,
his arse is Lord.
Someone in Hollywood isn't afraid to tell it like it is.
Yeah, man! Ricky Gervais, tell it like it is, standing up as the host of the Golden Globes, saying people for Hollywood stink. Hey, man, tell it like it is, man. Dead, talking truth to power, man. Here, Ricky Gervais, you want to throw a couple of your million? Have you seen that cunt? Have you honestly, has any cunt witnessed that guy when he's not fucking thinks he's in the fucking stage? He's a horrible prick. Like most British people, right? And like, fucking more power to him, man. Funny bastard, sold a lot of shit. And now he thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. Standing up doing political speeches, telling every cunt else not to do political speeches. Booyah! You fucking hypocrite. Not that I disagree with the shit he's saying. I'm shilling for Hollywood. I've told if I'd do this, I'd get a part in the remake of The Lost Boys.
In an epic, nearly 8-minute rant, the British comedian Ricky Gervais...
Fuck off. Went to the same school as Lauren Sutherland. Don't tread on me, man. Don't tread on me, Ricky Gervais. I think I've went lunatic. Not everybody see the same shit coming from the same sources, propagating the same fucking populist fucking tickle your balls and vagina tricks.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards.
77. It's the Illuminati. It's an Illuminati message that Hollywood is going to fall and they're going to re-establish the Illuminati elite in communist China. It's a communist ploy. Oh shit, that's already been removed. The Ricky Gervais bukkake is getting deleted.
Hello. What's up, YouTube?
Hello.
It's been a while. Internet's been down. Seems to be working at the moment. I don't think Ricky Gervais will be hosting.
God, like, again, this isn't like... I was just looking through my feed, my email feed, and putting up the Ricky Gervais bukkake. Not targeting anybody individually, like, all power to you, talk about it. Somebody told me about it last night. I googled it and watched it and stuff. I'm just pointing out we're naive to think that this is just a guy standing up there. I believe, right? In fact, I believe, right? Because who am I to project fucking what's going on to other people? I believe that we're naive to think that that is just a normal person standing up there talking to power. Right? God knows where it is. Maybe some deep state Illuminati, MK Ultra fucking mind melt shit going on. But it certainly isn't Ricky Gervais standing up there talking to power. Has anybody witnessed this guy through his career? What a slimy piece of shit he is, man. Was it just me? You know when you see people when they're like getting interviewed in between takes and off camera? You seen this guy? Comes across as the most horrible, unapproachable, elitist, fucking wanker you've ever came across in your life. Like some sort of a snivelling fat pig sitting in the corner eating his fucking grapes while the fucking slaves run around him and fucking service him. And look at him. He is a fucking fat pig. Anyway, I digress. Participate in the Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais is going to save the world. Look, Kev Faker. Oh, shit. I think I've deleted what I wanted to play. But I might be able to save it. Where was it? Somebody saved me. Oh, God. Right, I've lost it. I'll get the wee... I'll hopefully try and get the animation back when I find it. It's on the Skypes. Somewhere. Right. Let's have a wee look at some of the unwillingly right-wing robots I think they're saving the planet. Now, I'm like Dallas Goldberg. I've got some facial recognition software implanted in my head with the aliens when I was abducted when I was younger. And it makes me be able to do facial recognition on the spot. And I don't know if you remember that guy for the Viz. That's the best picture I could find of him. What was it? The Viz reporter. He was the reporter on the Viz. Signs of a misspent youth. But young Matthew here, unfortunately caught up. Very unfortunately, man. And actually, like, it's horrible to witness, and the detrimental effect it's continue to have on his life. And then, like, witnessing that at the beginning, and then sort of coming privy to the information that he's what is he? He's artistic, isn't he? It's no Asperger's, he's artistic. And then you understand, well, I don't know, and the more you learn about people who happen to suffer from autism and stuff, that they're very easily led. And then it makes you sick to your stomach that these people have been fucking... And he's been dragged away from his mum and sister. He's literally moved out of his family house because of the cult of Tommy Robinson, which is heartbreaking, right? But you can't help... Well, I don't know. The child in me can't help but like point and like try to learn from witnessing what this dude, what's happening to this dude, and I don't know. Also, try to be honest enough to try and like convey what you're saying. Is like well, hold whatever political beliefs you want, but people with autism and all that shouldn't be political movements. Let's even call Tommy Robinson's movement a political movement. Political movements shouldn't be rocking up and fucking indoctrinating Matthews, in my humble opinion. It's quite disgusting, and it's to the extent where this guy's now dragged himself away from his own mum and sister. I don't know, maybe it'll be the making of him, who knows. All the power to him. But hey ho.
Got a lot planned ahead for me this week.
Some WD-40 for your chair first.
Recruitment, and then I've got an interview Thursday. So I'm in for a very busy week. Because you didn't come here to find out about my life story.
No, we wanted to hear how good Tommy Robinson is.
This time I wanted to discuss Jess Phillips. Yes, that silly cow. That silly cow who is basically running for Labour.
I don't know who...
Leadership. Or
it was this guy that introduced me to Jess Phillips. But this is what inspired the file name unknowingly right-wing robots. Is Bobo Johnson and the right wing have just won, got Brexit, bells on, everything they wanted. It's not enough.
Any effing truth, quite frankly.
Still
I mean,
wrapped
the
up in
day
some
I
truth
see
movement shit.
a Labour MP start telling the truth about things is probably going to be the day I see cats and dogs raining out the sky.
Now, I think it's important. It was important for me to understand how propaganda works, right? Now, I've not used this analogy in a long time, but I'll use it now. Let's use Rangers and Celtic, and if you want to propagandise one against the other, now I don't need to pretend I'm a Rangers fan, so I want to put out some propaganda against Celtic. So I rock up in a Celtic supporters club, but I'm not wearing my Rangers shirt. I'm not telling people how good Rangers are. No, because it would make me look like a Rangers fan. I'm just reminding them how shite Celtic are. Right? And I'm not doing it for the good of my health. So, like, unknowingly right-wing robots, like, what you'll find, him, Goddard, Tommy Robinson, the rest of them, they'll continuously spew out demonising rhetoric about left-wing political entities, right? But deny that they're supporting the people that will benefit from those people being demonised. Hopefully that makes some sense. It makes some sense in my crazy head, but yeah, it's my crazy head. And young Matthew here thinks, in his artistic ways, thinks he's cracked the code to the world. He thinks he's saving Britain and British Christian culture for the crazy marauding Muslims coming over here and all that. And he doesn't understand that he's just been wound up by the far right to become a parrot. Not only that, he's just a fucking fat parrot that most people laugh at, but a parrot nevertheless. Sorry to be so brutal, but let's be honest here. You know, look at this guy, he's not Einstein. I mean, he's the fucking reporter for The Viz. And by the sounds of things, I actually have fucking more of Matthew's fucking best interests at heart, more than any motherfucker on the right wing that's winding this cunt up. Fucking come here, support this one. We're Nazis, they're not. I don't know, like there's the divide, isn't there? Of some of the Tommy Robinson mob are now fucking off to a wee bit more Nazi-esque organisations. I would argue as part of the plan, but it's just my conspiratorial mind. Anyway, Matthew, Perils of Wisdom.
And so far it's looking, it's actually not looking too bad out there. It's not raining at least. But I certainly don't see any cats and dogs raining out there at the moment.
But you didn't come
this
here
is
to
the same woman, though, who endorsed, what's her name? Singer Lily Allen. Which was a very silly...
Oh my god, so... What did they call her? A stupid cow or something, man, right? So, she's a stupid cow because she's a politician and she endorses Lily Allen. Right, come on, Matthew. Give us some more of your political insight.
Move, considering that Lily Allen's tweet, which she admittedly deleted and apologised for, she basically said in layman's terms that the child victims of gang rape, whether it's by Muslim gangs, I don't know. I can't really say that with 100% certainty. But she said that the child victims of gang rape would, and I quote, would have been raped by someone else anyway. End quote.
Hold on a minute. You said that you were going to like fucking summarise and shit, and then you started saying it, like started a quote, and then
Now I don't know about you, but if I
don't know about you, but right there, definitely the guy for the Viz.
Saw somebody saying that kind of insensitive crap towards genuine victims of rape, the last thing I'll be doing personally...
Oh man, I think we should round up all the far right and fucking round up all the fucking brown Muslim paedophiles and put them all in one big pen and let the fucking Muslim paedophiles bang the far right's assholes. But enough about my sexual fantasies.
Is actually giving them endorsement. No
try and shame what's happened to this guy, man.
Chance. You would never see me endorse something like that. But Jess Phillips did. Mind you, I guess I shouldn't really be surprised in all fairness. After all, a lot of the
left-wing
politicians, which I almost feel sick using the term, to be honest, because they're not really politicians, they're traitors, most of them.
God, man.
But some of these people, as you know full well are the same politicians that would be willing to use Joe Cox as basically a stepping stone in their political career for petty political point scoring. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised when Jess Phillips comes out with tripe like she's going to hold truth to power, and when she says that she would willingly...
Right, hold on, look, here, look, this is me just stabbing in the dark. As I said, it was this Viz-like character that introduced me to Jez Phillips, whatever her name is, the Labour person. Right, now, I'm going to just stab in the dark here, and I would be very surprised if I'm not on the button here. I'm assuming maybe this I've even forgot her name. This person he's talking about is it on? Jess Phillips, it's right in front of me. Jess Phillips, is she the most Corbyn-like candidate for the Labour leadership? Right, now, people who know a wee bit about politics will know what I mean. Like, we'll know what that will indicate. The political, the politics that Corbyn leaned towards. Is Jess Phillips like the Corbynite coming in to soak up the Corbyn support from the party? Now, if my stab in the fucking dark happens to be true there, which I'd be very surprised if I'm not true, then it proves this guy's just a fucking fat... sorry. He's just a unknowingly right-wing robot. He has no idea. Like, somehow, some way through his independent news fucking outlets, he's been told what a cretin Jess Phillips is, which no doubt Britain, Jess, Brit, woman, she is, right? Like all politicians. And he won't be able to see how he's like Bobo Johnson's fucking dancing fucking Viz character Gimp by just talking about how bad she is. Anyway, I would be surprised if my stab in the dark isn't right there.
Endorse Lily Allen.
What the fuck's a fucking pop star got?
I can't help.
WD-40 for your chair, you fat prick.
I can't help it if stupid people do stupid things. And Jess Phillips most certainly qualifies as being stupid.
Oh, I've made a mistake. Jess hates Corbyn, so I'm completely wrong. Uh-oh.
Stupid. I'd almost go as far as saying retarded, but then that might be an offence to retarded people, so I think I will resist the urge.
Jess Phillips was the one who said she'd, right, I get it. She'd stab Corbyn in the front. Alright, I need to get myself up to speed for the Labour leadership stuff. The logical leap that I made proves to be wrong.
EU. Yes, you heard that right. There's literally a 45-second clip from the Guardian News where
a whole 45 seconds! A whole 45 seconds.
Phillips is basically saying we wouldn't rule out rejoining the EU. So if we end up with...
Oh, right. Well, Corbyn never came out about his EU stance, did he? So is Jess Phillips the new Labour pro-EU person, and that's why the echo chamber of the far... I'm just thinking out loud here, you know, I'm not coming to any conclusions. Seeing what I see. As I said, Jess Phillips was introduced to me by Diabla.
Jess Phillips in power. Not only would she be willing to continue her snobbish ways of sneering...
I'm sure you would only need one episode of UK Column. Well, I'll be honest, the last time I've participated in a full episode of that is a long time, but maybe I do need that to see what the latest crack is. So, I'm not here to say Jess Phillips is a good man, or I don't even know if it's a fucking man or woman, right? All I'm saying is, right, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole Tommy Robinson entourage and every fucking clique starts demonising this woman for whatever reason. I don't know yet, but it will come apparent. If the UK Column are doing it, if she happens to be the pro-EU Labour entity. Oh, what was the fucking Man U thingy score? Anyway, 1-0 to City. Hold on, I'm going to be selfish and listen to this for 2 seconds. 2-0. Ah, fucking can't be 3-0, can it? Oh dear.
Second half, Marcus Rashford did get one back with 20 minutes to go. The City won 3-1 with the second leg to come at their ground.
3-1.
The other big story, the cricketing one, and Ben Stokes has done it again.
Squirrel. Anyway. Let's get back to Dublima. Who knows where it's at?
Down at us working class people.
Us working class people. I mean, anyway, just think about that.
She would also be actively trying to undo Brexit.
Thank you, Nikki H. Jess Phillips is the woman Sargon wouldn't even rape. Right. Right, kinda. Starting to make sense now.
Which I'm hoping
Thank you,
will
Nikki
happen
H. Nikki H.
at the end of January. I have to play a little bit of devil's advocate because I don't know if it's going to happen. After all, it was delayed on the 31st of October, but that was because of the Ben Act, which I believe Boris Johnson has now...
Right, no. God. I hate to say this, right? Does anybody get where I'm coming from when I say, you know, like watching 10 YouTube clips or reading 10 fucking articles and then like memorising every word in them and memorising the name of things and rhyming them off doesn't mean you understand that shit. You know, it can make, if you make a short edited YouTube clip with nobody questioning your understanding of stuff, it can make you appear that you fucking know everything. I've witnessed this so much, and it's like you can't even hold it against people, but it's just like some people are just full of shite. Like, literally, I can hear the YouTube clip that you're fucking more or less quoting verbatim to pretend you know about this shit. Anyway, and he's doing the same. Anyway, let's move on for fucking the Viz character. Another Viz character.
I noticed that Danny is trying to get people to subscribe to the Patriots Union channel on YouTube. It's got no videos on there yet or anything else, so it's not like he's going, oh, look, I've got this. Hey, look at
just
look at all this
subscribe.
content. This is being set up to help people all across. You know, we've all had this idea about how we should be in every county.
It seems like a lovely, well-meaning dude, right? And I can talk, but observing this dude and even understanding that he's full of fucking all sorts of medication for fucking anxiety and all sorts of shit, right? And even just dipping in, you hear him like, oh, can't do it, I'm off to the doctors and all that shit. When he's making these clips, you can hear his brain like running a million. I can talk a million mile an hour. Just like blah 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 blah. We love Tommy. Blah blah blah. News. Blah 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 blah. I'm going to do everything.
We talked about this a long time ago. Every county, every town, we should be there.
Taking over the world, Mark.
Not just in one place. And getting together to meet him face to face, all this other stuff. Well, he's hinted over the last week or so about the union and stuff like that. And I think as much as wherever this idea has come from, I think it's come as much from us as from anyone. So many of us wanted this. So what I noticed was when I went to subscribe myself, it's not got very many subscribers at the moment. I mean, really low. And I think if people realised how more connected Danny was to it, when you look at his numbers, they would be subscribing. The domain name doesn't work for the website yet, but their Twitter is up. So if you just Google Patriots Union or look at Danny Tomo's community posts, and maybe someone else will post the link.
Independent news, sucking on the teat of Danny Tomo
in the bottom here because I can't be fucked at the moment. Then go over and have a look. It's nothing, like I say, it's not much to look at, but look at what Danny's posts are and that. And you know, Danny's a good guy, and even if you don't think he's a good guy, this union idea is not about Danny anyway. It's a really good country.
Yeah, it's about our movement. It's about our movement, not about Danny. God bless, man. This is a different clip.
You may not be aware if you don't watch the other little channels I do, but after we did the 2020 video, my health and stuff has deteriorated again. So, but I have seen a doctor and I'm working through all that stuff. So hopefully better times.
Right. To the best of my understanding, he's talking about his mental health. Right. And is it fair to say people going through mental health issues shouldn't be, well, I don't know, it's probably not ideal to be exposed to fucking extremists of any fucking denomination. This is the result. And unfortunately, like Dublima, been caught up in that shite. So let's have a wee look at World War III. Oh my god, it's happening, man.
Hi folks, Canadian prepper.
Could I just say before we go into all this fucking doomy gloob, like, depending where you stay in the world, don't worry, man. If you stay in the UK, calm it. Man, the UK, we have such soft power. Nobody's going to dare fuck with us, man. They won't. Like, see what's happened with America just knocked out arguably the second most powerful man in Iran. Now, here's some arguments and counter arguments. Sometimes I touch base with the No Agenda show, and for this one I did because they always come out far field, or something like that. Anyway, come out with different ways of looking at it. The different ways of looking at it is this guy was getting too big for his breeches inside Iran, and Iran didn't care if he lived or died. This is a way of, because how's the best way to explain this? You know, like, people think of America, Britain, and all these countries as one entities, but then when you actually understand the politics within those entities, it's shifting. I mean, like, Britain and America are the most obvious examples. And with that shifting, for foreign policy shifts. Now, Iran's no different. Like all countries in the world, right? And there's people that are saying the fucking assassination of this guy wasn't sanctioned by Iran, but under the table was kind of allowed because this guy was getting too big for his britches for other elements in Iran that may want to bring around a more peaceful solution. Now, whether that's got any basis in reality or not, or whether that's No Agenda putting out interference, which is a strong possibility because No Agenda has the Podfather, literally the Podfather, which is the godfather of podcasts. And it just so happens that he's in a CIA-connected family. But that's just the new media that is now pretty much controlling the world, and Joe Rogan's just a guy sitting in a fucking studio just talking to his freak it fucking is. You know, it's all real. And he's the Podfather. He does a podcast. he's connected to the CIA, and the guy who does it with is John C. Dvorak, who's connected to all sorts of media outlets, so on and so forth. But anyway, so it's a possibility they're running interference, but they did put the possibility, and they did inject into the consciousness of me that there might be more going on under the table than first meets the eye, and the telltale sign would be if there is any genuine repercussions from this. Now, if there isn't any genuine repercussions that sets off like a fucking cavalcade of war and kinetic fucking energy, then there might be weight to the argument. This was kind of like a... Because I know it's hard to understand, but they were putting forward the fact, this is undisputable, that Iran and America have been collaborating with each other in Afghanistan, in Iraq to certain degrees. You know, your enemy's enemy is your enemy kind of idea. But time will tell. But I think one thing we should all sit... Well, I don't know. I think one thing that me personally, I'm safe in my own knowledge, is war isn't going to come. There isn't going to be any like sort of a grand World War III. It's just not good for business. I mean, McDonald's can't sell their hamburgers and shit. You know, war is now ISIS, it's now Al Qaeda, it's now proxy wars. War isn't as we used to understand it. So anything that's going to escalate from this is just going to be the proxy wars. The proxy wars are already happening. They're happening in Yemen. They're happening in Syria. They're happening in Iraq. Now, one of the propositions that No Agenda put forward with regards to how this event that just happened with the embassy getting attacked and then the guy getting assassinated was the fact that and it does make sense. With inside Iraq, Baghdad, where the embassy is, and what the embassy cost, fuck, I can't even remember. I'm going to pull numbers out the fucking eight here, but I'm pretty sure it was billions. This is like a fucking fortified fucking place that you've never seen before in your fucking life, man. Not only is the embassy like just a fortified place, right? It's with inside a green zone. And you can't get inside that green zone without fucking bells and whistles. So the fact that a baying mob turned up outside the fucking American embassy, there's no way that that amount of people would have been able to clandestine infiltrate the green zone and do that unless they were let in. That bunker, that embassy is impenetrable. Especially with fucking a bunch of Arabs hitting it with their fucking sandals and shit, no? You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So that was the event that they're arguing was allowed to happen to justify the poo at that fucking Samami cunt or whatever his name was at the Baghdad airport. Now, let's just see. One thing I can agree on, one thing I would say, I agree on their conclusion is it's not going to be quite Armageddon like everybody's predicting. And the reason I don't believe that is you can see that what's happened there is now getting used as part of the larger geopolitical pro-anti-Trump shit. You know what I mean? It's just so... There's so much going on, and it's so complicated. And remember in America you have separate entities where you have the Pentagon and you have the State Department. And the argument is the State Department's under control of the Hillary Clinton mob and the Pentagon's under control of Trump now. And this is all Pentagon doing. So, anyway, again, no conclusions, just fucking talking about the shit that's going on. But let's say, look, Iran, it's far worse than we think.
So.
But don't worry, this guy's just telling you the truth. Oh no, hold on, he wants you to buy canned food.
I wasn't going to make this video because I know that there's a lot of people who have all...
Well, mate, to be honest, you should be in your back garden building a bunker.
...the answers, and those people tend to come out in times like these and make their opinions loud and clear. But we got to talk about this. what just happened a few days ago is incredibly serious. I've been researching it every way from Sunday. I've listened to every analyst's perspective that you could imagine on.
Now, let's be honest. Nowadays, when people say they've been researching shit, what they mean is they've Googled it. Right? Let's be brutally honest. I know we all research. Right? But it isn't diving into it. See when you're researching something, see if you don't even venture onto the second page of Google, it's not research. It's gobbling up what Google fucking tells you. Right? And I'm not saying it's shite. I'm just saying, don't be so naive to think you're like a master researcher because you know how to work a search engine. You know, because unfortunately nowadays, and I know this is a hard pill to swallow, we all think we're master fucking... We're all smart arses. We know everything about everything. Why? Because we Googled it. Isn't it true? You know, I remember being young when you asked an elder and you'd believe what they said. See, nowadays when a young person fucking wants to know something, they're Googling that shit. They don't even believe elders when they say shit. Like, nah, fuck you, I'm fucking Googling that. Google knows better than you. But anyway, let's get back to the guy who doesn't have a dog in the fight to sell you canned food.
This so much so that my brain is scrambled, okay? But all I know is that when you step back from it all, when you because you really do have to go in there and
you eat canned food,
understand all the nuance. Never assume that any country or people or sect of anything is homogenous in their thinking. That's what you need to understand. It's not complicated. It's complicated. It's not just this guy good, this guy bad. There's a socio-historical progression of events that goes way, way back, okay? And it started somewhere. And it's been progressing and escalating ever since. Here's the danger in what happened. And this is why it is...
You should buy canned goods.
...actually concerning to me. Usually, I kind of brush this stuff off as, okay, you know, there's a potential for shit to hit the fan, but the pathway to it isn't always clear. The pathway to it is clear now. What the U.S. has done here by assassinating this guy is they've created a martyr. Okay, they've created a martyr of epic proportions. I'm not sure if you've seen...
Right. Come on, let's get this right. What the United States have done is like, fuck you bitches, what he's going to do. Right, and do you know what Iran's going to do? Like, I'm not saying this is the way I want things to be, it's just the reality. Fuck all. Do you want to know why they're going to do fuck all? Because they're not in a position to do fuck all. That's why America are right now fucking twisting the fucking thumb screws. Because they're in a position to dominate them. In fact, America right now, and this might change in the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. Right now, America's in a position... America's army, the military industrial complex, are in a position to dominate the fucking world and who they want. And that's what they're doing. You can agree with it, you can disagree with it, you can say the good guys, the bad guys, but that's what's happening. It's what's happening for time immemorial. It's what's happening just now. You can get upset about it. You can fucking knickers in a twist. Or you can just accept it's just the way the fucking world has worked for thousands of years.
The millions of...
Or you can start fucking buying tins of beans and burying them in your back garden. Beans and bullets. Yeah, we need beans and bullets, man. It's gonna stop New World Order. Take over, man. We need beans and bullets. Beans and bullets.
People marching in Tehran, which is the Iranian capital, at this guy's funeral procession. It was huge. Okay, there was a huge funeral. This is something that unified a country, which was teetering on the brink of, collapse.
Do you know how big Iran is? Right. So, I know there's a lot of people out there on the streets and all that, right? But it means jack shit in the grand scheme of things. Right? Nothing's going to happen about this. I see all the fear-mongering, doom and gloom. And, just like 5G isn't going to kill you folks. And I can't wait. In fact, I'm pretty sure, even the fucking conspiratards have fucking laid off that 5G shit because it was just too fucking... But in a year, in a year... when I'm still breathing and able to still fucking make YouTube videos, I'm gonna be like I told yous. Don't wet your knickers, don't worry. But buy Tinned food and bullets,
instability
beans
as a
and
result
bullets.
of economic sanctions. There was a possibility there for an attempted coup at some point. Not anymore.
Is this guy trying to whiteface?
They've basically guaranteed themselves, at least, in the very least,
I can do that,
an entire generation of loyalists now that this guy has been made a martyr. What really has me worried in all of this is that the U.S. military and the people pulling the strings, they're not stupid. They knew this was going to be the result. They knew that they were going to...
But hold on, you know the deep down secret. They're not stupid, but a Canadian cunt, knows what the US military's all about.
Make a huge martyr which was going to unify the country. And the scary thing about that is that's the seed that you start.
That's the seed that starts you on buying canned food from my store. Oh shit.
It's not just about him not doing so well, but then again, he was also the one who helped defeat ISIS. So that's something to keep in mind also, is that this guy was instrumental in defeating ISIS and bringing some kind of stability to that region. Now he's gone. Now there's a huge power vacuum, and he had his tentacles in all of these different groups, these proxy groups, and call it what you will, he created some measure of order out of that chaos, because it's a chaotic
He's a good
situation.
guy.
ISIS are bad guys.
He knew him personally.
We all know this. We've all seen the videos and the gruesome stuff.
Him
that
and
they post.
Rumsfeld.
In order to bring any measure
Beautiful
of stability
souls.
to that region, you need somebody who's a little crazy like that. Now Iran's in a position, if they want to lock in this allegiance by their people, they need to respond in some way, shape, or form. And that's all we're hearing on the mainstream now is, yeah, Iran.
Yeah, there's no internal politics going on in Iran right now at all. Just ignore that thought. Iran's just one big uber monster. The shit that just happened there won't affect internal politics inside Iran. Don't look or think or investigate anything about that. World War III. Trump's not getting impeached.
Has to respond to this. They have to. And essentially they do. Because if they don't, they're basically saying...
Does anybody understand the principle of the trick of a magician? You look over here. Well, over here they're actually like sticking their finger up your bumhole. Does anybody think that's what's happening right here? Anybody?
You can kill our generals, our main guy. What's going to be next in their mind? They're basically saying you can come in and take the Ayatollah as well. So they have to respond in some way, shape, or form. Now, the Iranians are not stupid, okay? If they were stupid, they would have been in a direct war a long time ago. They've been trying to build their ties with Russia and China to the point where it would secure them from ever having to incur a direct invasion or a direct engagement.
When's this guy getting to the tinned food?
But we live in a global market. The majority of stuff in your home right now was not made. Like 90% of it wasn't made here. It was made somewhere else.
Were you talking about America or Canada?
With oil, probably from Iran, because they're the third largest.
Probably. Oil, maybe oil. Probably from Iraq. Pull it out of Mars.
Exporter of oil. So they export a huge amount of the world's oil. So it's going to have a huge impact on the global economy, not only on their oil, but if they close the Strait of Hormuz, which is not going to be a functional space in a war. So a lot of the oil then from Saudi Arabia also. Won't be
Oh god, I thought it was worth something worthwhile reading there, man. It's just more doom.
able to get to places. And that's going to create a global demand, which is going to raise prices.
I love how all these people on YouTube are just experts in everything, you know? Like, they look at the Harvey Einstein pictures and they're like forensic experts. No, I know that I look at that shit and I have an opinion, but deep down I go like that, I'm not an expert. But every cunt on YouTube that was just, no, it's even fucking seen Joe Rogan. Do you know who it was that annoyed me? Joe Rogan doing it, him and his pal. Yes, well, you can clearly see that. I'm like, clearly see what? Toe Rogan.
Prices of everything.
This guy looks like Toe Rogan. Is there like a toe fetish going on about fucking YouTubes?
So it's going to lead to an economic collapse on a global level. It doesn't take much to do that, to trigger that. You think, oh, well, the price of gas is going to go up by $1.50. Well, that's going to put a lot of places out of business and a lot of people out of work, and then, you know, it spirals out of control.
It's all right, Armageddon,
So,
mate. Jesus is coming to
Is
save
it
us
going
all.
to escalate? Yes, I believe it's going to escalate. How are you going to de-escalate a situation like this? You just killed their second
By hyping up fear on YouTube?
in command. There's no way this can
Selling canned food, telling people to buy beans and bullets on YouTube? That's the way to de-escalate this.
go except escalation.
Fucking YouTube.
I would be surprised. I would be surprised, and I will stand corrected if I'm wrong. But I don't see any way out of this but it escalating.
Woohoo! Yeah! In the meantime, I don't see any way out of this out on Armageddon. Now you can buy your beans and bullets in my shop. $9.95 for your beans and bullets starter pack. No shipping and handling.
Widely out of control. It has to. I mean, how are you going to go and sit and negotiate with a country who just killed your second in command? Think about it. It's not going to happen. This is going to get out of control.
Yeah, buy your beans and bullets here, man.
In terms of prepping,
yes, here's the beans and bullets.
There's always a threat of cyber attack nowadays.
Yeah, so you want your beans and bullets and your armor-plated USB stick to keep all your pornographic images, because fuck knows, we know that's the birthplace of all technology, and the man with the porn, when Armageddon hits, is the man with the power. Just remember that. Back up your porn, folks. Keep it on bulletproof USB drives, because when Armageddon hits, when the Ruskies, the Chinas, the Irans kill us all, and you run out of beans and bullets, and you need to negotiate Mad Max style, your bulletproof USB stick full of porn will protect you.
And attacks on the critical infrastructure. I've heard mixed
And I know that just looks like a lighter, but that's just camouflage.
opinions about Iranian capabilities of their ability to attack.
Oh, hold on. I smell something. I don't know if it's a screen, because it smells a bit like bad breath and shit after a while, but... Or these shorts, I've had them on for a while. But I smell something, and I'm sniffing an advert for a VPN. You know, because the big bad Iranians are going to come over here and steal your fucking bank account shit. Fucking, you know what? It's World War III, man. Can't stop it. Just told you. Now what's he going to sell you? VPN to keep you safe?
By a cyber. And this is another thing that has me worried, is that the media is starting to talk up Iranians' capabilities. And before they ever enter into a war, they tend
You need a VPN
to do that. Like they're talking up, you know, Saddam Hussein's Revolutionary Guard or whatever, elite.
He's dead, mate. I don't know. They hung him. Did you see the video? He's dead.
Elite guard that he had back then, and
not very elite. He's dead.
They talk it up so you think it's going to be a real fight. You know, of course it wasn't a fight. People say, "Oh, it would never get there." Look, all it takes.
It's just 2 tins of fucking food, and you're in fucking Nam.
Trump does his 52 attacks on Iran. They respond. That's it. We're sending in 50,000 troops.
Shakalaka.
100,000
Baby
troops,
Jesus will be here before we know it.
250,000 troops. 1 million troops. That's it.
Whoa, yeah, sounds pretty cool. 1 million troops. I like those odds.
Because the only thing, and this is the big thing too, is that whether you like Iran or not, they're probably one of the more stable countries within the region. So without them, the whole place goes to shit. Even though you might not like the theocratic way of doing things, nonetheless, you know, when compared to the countries around them, they're the most stable thing. If they fall, you know, you'd be picking up the pieces for decades before I would say that the likelihood of an actual direct engagement.
Come on, sell me some
Iran,
beans and bullets. God damn it!
Inflation, it's 100%. Like, we're on the point here. If it
100%, we're going to die.
That's going to have huge, drastic 20s that some people thought was going to be the planet's utopic moment.
No, we're going to die.
Which may have to wait for a couple decades. Truly understood the magnitude of the
may have to die to live.
Significance. The ceremonial parades. I mean, these people weren't forced out. I think they protest too. The fact that they're all out there showing their support for this guy makes me think that...
Come on to fuck, man. You fooled with a couple of fucking tens of thousands of people in the street. You can do that with just fucking opening up a Greg's.
The Ayatollah probably stands to gain from what happened, you know? And this guy's death was not in vain as far as their country is concerned. Yes, he has now unified them in a way which, you know, even if without his military genius or strategizing, whatever you want to call it, his asymmetrical military genius, the country now has gained more than they've lost, arguably, by just the unification which has come around that and the galvanization around this figure and this new resurgence in nationalism in the country. Here's the other thing. If they go to war with Iran, imagine the refugee crisis that will transpire, because there's a lot of people in Iran who don't want to fight, okay? And there's going to be a lot of people leaving. Now, there's a lot of people who will stay and fight. What's happened to Europe with the immigration situation and all that, it's, once again, it's going to make it look like just foreplay. This is the big one. This is the big one. Big one, guys.
Hey, was didn't be like beans and I wanted my beers. Where did I get my beans and bullets from? Come on, some beans and bullets. Hold on. Surely you get beans and bullets here. Bug out. Yeah, man. Hold on. Here's my beans and bullets. Thank God, man. I thought I was going to have to face the Armageddon without fucking canned food and water bottles and camouflage everything, gun parts, t-shirts. You know, thank fuck. I thought I was going to have to face the Armageddon without it. Oh, World War III is the Infowar. Boom! Nailed it! Oh God, I can't even tell you the fucking... April 2018. I know, Pearls of Wisdom. But that's when I was... Well, it's hard to explain and elaborate on. It's not that I think the World War III that I thought was happening has came to an end. I just understand what it is, and it's... As I think I tried to elaborate earlier, it's not nation armies going at each other anymore. It's just proxy war after proxy war after proxy war, and information war as well. And it's propagated through fucking BBC, RT, Press TV, CNN, Al Jazeera. And if you go and look where these main news outlets are coming from, they're coming from power players on the geopolitical stage. So World War III is the Infowar. Right. God, I've missed this. Talking pish too much. Here's Hoaxted Extraordinaire Danny No Pals Fanny Bones Chemtrails The Real Facts Hoax Debunked All This guy ain't got a thought of his own in his own fucking empty pea fucking nut. and he was so unimportant that he actually fucking missed the cut for the ticker tape. But Lyndon Warden for Telford, who got done with GBH 5 years ago, he likes to say that to people to make them seem hard and go, come beat you up, baby. You think the Hookstead thing kids were telling the truth about? I can come and beat you up. Fucking get some Just for Ginger on your hair first, old man. Anyway, but that's Fanny Jones. Like, and I'm pointing to the obvious. I don't know if you can see. It must have been what, minutes after I started my show last night with Alan. Thank you, Alan. That Fanny Bones came out with that. But anyway, that's how creative Fanny Bones are. What's in that? Oh fuck. What else came up? To be continued. There's not going to be more updates, don't worry. Oh, I just wanted to have a wee look at Charlie Reach.
Happy 2020, ladies and gentlemen. Have I got the first video of the year for you guys? You're going to love this one.
Oh, I'm going
to
love
new one
it.
here. Right. So, there's a few gentlemen in the center of the shot. They're dressed, and there's a couple more over there, dressed head to toe in black, and they're wearing
oh god, racist bastards.
Military boots. And I recognize the boots. They're like, you know, law enforcement, paramilitary, special forces, general.
Is it Britain First by any chance? No, too black, too brown for Britain First.
Big black boots. So I was like, who are these
big black
guys?
boots.
So I saw they had a flyer. So I went up to this tall individual here. I went up to him and I said, excuse me, can I please...
I'm sure he just pointed at the boot sign, but anyway.
Please get a flyer. And he refused to hand it to me. And do you know what he said to me? He actually said this. He goes, oh no, it's about black people and slavery. As a white guy, you wouldn't be interested. So I was like, have you just been racist towards me? And he's like, oh no, I'm just saying that, you know, it's about black people, you wouldn't be interested. So I said, just because I'm white, you think...
Charlie Veach, go and get your fucking knickers in a twist about that shit. Anyway. God. That guy was so see-through he had to fucking take a break for a while. And to finish it off...
It's New Year's. Here's the song, Carol.
Don't know if he's know this guy. Now, I just wanted to touch on my Tommy Robinson conspiracy. He's been flung to the wolves. He's served his purpose. He's mobilised God knows what X percentage of the population into right-wing talking points and into right-wing topics when it comes to politics. And now for many, if not most, he isn't quite right-wing enough because he doesn't hate the Jews and the rest of it. And it's bamboozling people because they think, oh, the Messiah's letting us down and all that shit, and people are like, are pure fractured and like everybody's falling out and all that, and they can't see shit, let me push a button or two. Again, I don't hate playing this. That's... Oh, no way, the bastards will get fucking rid of it, cunts. Oh, no way, man. Right. I'm sure I had a couple.
Identifying causes that people feel.
Nah, right. Ah, fuck. Fuck, like, no. I put that in the context, right? These people don't fuck around. They've got a genuine PR structure. They're admittedly a paramilitary fucking organisation. And that's how, when you say shit against them, poke them with a stick, they get lawyers, do everything they can, take down videos, come after you, under the table, get fucking windy licking fucking morons, look at the ticker tape down below to understand more. They do their dirty work for them, they don't even understand what they're fucking doing. But the clip I was going to play you was an excerpt from the Channel 4 piece they done on Jim Dawson, where Jim Dawson says, we done work for UKIP. Not that I support UKIP, but we done work for them. I'm paraphrasing a wee bit. And it brought everybody over to the right, which then allowed the success UKIP are enjoying. And we would rather UKIP have the success than the BNP. But either way, everybody's moved over to the right a wee bit. He doesn't care what fucking bunch of clowns you're out there fucking supporting. As long as you're edging towards the right wing of politics, he's a happy motherfucking chappy. Anyway, I do digress. Right, that's a shame that isn't actually fucking on the go. But that's my Tommy Robinson conspiracy. So he's been used and abused. Don't worry, he'll still be in the payroll, man. He'll still get his, like, I mean, he was told to bag as much cash as he possibly could, and now the funding's been pulled and he's just been left alone. He'll now just become like a travelling clown, you know? Just turn up for fucking, put his hat out at social clubs. He's done that before. He'll do it again. But anyway, in the evening, one and all, hopefully you've enjoyed. If I can find the right fucking button. Hopefully you've enjoyed tonight's show. Remember, it is digital busking. It is all available and accessible, free of charge. I'm going to do such a good job. You'll find value in what I do. As crazy as that sounds, people have gave me that feedback. And use your spare change, not your life savings, in the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. And a mega thanks to those who do. And right now, again, I'm trying to make the commitment every Tuesday. Going to be a Not the Infowars Nightly News. And Monday nights are going to be the Truth for Industrial Complex podcast. We'll hopefully speak to and get a lot of other people involved and stuff. So, see what happens with that. So thanks everybody for joining. Make sure you do thumbs it up, share it with your friends, your family and your foes. Help the channel and the show grow a light on you guys and girls at home. Tune in next Monday on this channel. I'll put a shout out on my other channel. I meant to do that tonight but I forgot. Tune in on this channel. I think it's going to be live on this channel till March time. Till I'm off the naughty step. You know what's fucked up, man? The copyright claim get fucking pulled and you still get the suspension. I need to speak to YouTube. Get a direct channel to them. Anyway, in the evening, everybody, I'll say hi to everybody, then I'll get out of here. So, Creepy Crawl, Aaron, Jamesy Boy, Cheris, Happy New Year, and in the evening, one and all. Bright77, how you doing, my man? The Hurricane, in the evening. The Gas Mask, how you doing, buddy? And again, this shout goes out to everybody, man. It's great, all the interaction and stuff in the chat room, but nobody needs to put a face on camera or anything. But if you want to add a voice to what you're saying, batter in. You know, next Monday, get in touch. Get the different people's points of view to debate, you know. At the end of the day, man, it's all funny shit. Who cares? Aaron. Cheris. Oh my god, what the fuck? Nick H. Creepy Crawl. Aaron. Hugh. Thanks for joining, one and all. G to G. Poncho Pete. It's a good name. Cheris, Gas Mask, Hugh. Oh my god, what the fuck? There was Richie in earlier on as well. I think I was muted up for a wee bit, but that was me again, just giving the meaning of life. So thanks for joining one and all. Hopefully tune in next Monday on this channel for another the Trevor Industrial Complex podcast, if I can remember to roll it off my tongue like that. And next Tuesday, as always, for not the Infowars Nightly News, the original, the OG baby, alternative look at the so-called alternative media. Skeptical, with the spectacles, about the so-called skeptics. And I'm watching the motherfucking so-called Watchmen, regardless of what retards they are. Even the social worker justice warriors, who a lot of them are losing their job, not very happy about that, but comes with the territory. And please, more privacy complaints about naming and shaming faceless fucking trolls, because YouTube doesn't uphold bullshit. Anyway, enjoy. More to come. Happy New Year. Have a good one. Anyway, all suggestions as well, man. If you want not the Infowars Nightly News mixed up and stuff, suggestions are allowed. Just do it on the stream or clip after the fact, so I get the comment. Right. Shit, I'm not organised at all. Alrighty, boob tubes. Catchies.
Kips Clip. Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the Infowars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Kips Clips.
And we're out.